and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. It's the Champions League final. It's the big one, and I'm very excited about it. I hope you all are as well. Will we see... Well, we will see a winner. We're going to see a winner. Of course we're going to see a winner. But who will we see being the winner? I'll tell you what we've just seen. I very nearly didn't make the game myself. A very late injury for Goldbridge. I literally was just running out the back door to put something in the recycling, had nothing on my feet, pulled the door open and it went straight across the top of my foot. A gap about that, a very sharp corner. It hurts, it's painful, but I am fit for the watch-along, and that's the main thing. But I've just seen Noel Gallagher talking on BT Sports, and that's enough for me to even more want Chelsea to win. I'm a massive Oasis fan, but I can't be doing with arrogant Noel talking about football and Man City. He just does me head in. Him and Liam do my head in talking about Man City. Jammy gets. But it's the big one. Let's talk about the team news. I purposely never look at team news. So with the Euros coming up as well, I will never look at the team news until I look at them with you. Even though the team news has been out for a while, I don't know what the team news is. So let's go through the team news. Why am I not getting the team news? Well, will Aguero play? Shut up, I just want the team. Okay, so Manchester City, Edison, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. Interesting. Mahrez, Sterling, Foden. He's going for the false nine shit. He's going with 6 attackers. He's not going with a Rodri or a Fernandinho. Very interesting that on his bench, Cancelo, Rodri, Fernandinho on the bench for Man City. So look, he's trying something else now. Last 2 times they've lost to Chelsea. I think it's a very attacking team. It's a very false nine team. Let's see how that goes. Chelsea, Mendy, James, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Chilwell. It's a back 5. Kante and Jorginho, no Kovacic. That was interesting. Mount, Havertz and Werner. Interesting again. Doesn't always go with Havertz. Sometimes goes with Ziyech. Ziyech is on the bench, is he? Yes, Ziyech is on the bench. As is Kovacic, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic. No bench place for Tammy Abraham, which I don't know whether that's injury or not, but no bench place for Tammy Abraham. So he'll probably be moving on in the summer. There's so much plastic on the pitch, we could clean oceans being polluted by getting rid of these 2 teams in one go, says Rad Barron. Well, look, thank you everyone who watched my sort of preview I put up on this channel this morning. Remember, we will be doing a lot of Euros content on this channel. Kicks off 2 weeks last night. We'll be doing that first watch along Friday night, last night, 2 weeks. Italy against Turkey. Very, very excited about the Euros. But of course, this is the curtain falling on this season. The Champions League final, 2 Premier League clubs. I remember when Chelsea played against Atletico Madrid and Tuchel took over. All that time back in February, and I said, I've got a funny feeling Chelsea might get to the final and win this. Let's see if I'm going to be right. But thanks for the super chat there from Red Baron. When will FIFA be back, Sister Panch? It will be back. It will be back. I'll sort that out early next week, but obviously, there we go. TS98 says, I've got big money on Mason scoring the winner. Wish me luck. Mason Mount, obviously. And Ryle, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Also, just a big shout out to our Instagram page, That's Football. We are, let me have a quick look. Brand new page, That's Football. The graphics are immense and it is on 3,500. We're going to try and get up to 4,000 before the Euros. So please give us a follow if you are on Instagram. I'll drop the link in the video description in a moment, but it's at That's Football TV. Some fantastic graphics on there. Give it a watch. Give it a follow. A rare sight, United and Liverpool fans both together supporting Chelsea tonight, and both would be disappointed with the result, says Ami. And I'm interested by that, Where does everybody sit on this game tonight? Because I want Chelsea to win. I'm quite open about that. I want Chelsea to win. I think that I just don't want Man City to win. I don't want Man City to win. I want Chelsea to win, but I do think Man City will win. I just got to. They are the favourites, and Chelsea. I think we've done the team news, Driller. If you're too late for that, that's your problem. I think that with Man City, they've probably had more of a rest over the last couple of weeks. Chelsea, FA Cup final, relentless league games to get in the top 4. Remember, Chelsea lost to Villa last week. I think some people are sleeping on that. Chelsea lost to Villa last week, and Man City battered Everton. So I think City are coming into this better prepared. But on the other hand, I do think the pressure is on City. They must win this game. And what a final location it is. Just looking at it there. Porto, the sun is shining. Obviously, it's not a full stadium, but it has got that Champions League vibe. And I'm so pleased to say that in the UK, we've had so much rain in May. But it's looking like the next couple of weeks we're going to get plenty of sun ahead of the Euros. You've got to have nice hot weather in the Euros. So looking forward to that. Who'll want this more, Mark? Chelsea or City, says Matthew Larney. Well, I think City want it more. I think Chelsea want it too. The reason why Chelsea might win is because City don't have the defence in the midfield and it might cost them, says FIFA Pro. Yeah, so City's back four is well, I mean, Cancelo sometimes plays at right back. He's gone with Kyle Walker, Phil Stones, John Stones, Diaz and Zinchenko, but then no Rodri, no Fernandinho. He's gone Gundogan, Silva, De Bruyne, and then a front three of Sterling and Foden and Mahrez. So no Jesus, no Aguero, no Fernandinho, no Rodri. It's Pep playing games again, I suppose. But look, Pep's a clever man. He's a clever man, and maybe he's going to get this right. As for Chelsea, I think that, as I said in the preview this morning, Chelsea have got to be clinical. I don't think this game is going to be won 2-3-0. I think this game's going to have something in it right to the very end. Maybe one of them wins 2-0, 1-0, but I don't see either team battering the other team. So I think that if Chelsea want to win this, they've got to be clinical. Hi Mark, how you doing? I'm still recovering over Wednesday, but I'm excited for the game today, says Red Harlow. Yeah, look, I mean, for me, the reason this game is exciting because it's a Champions League final, and I think, like most people, I would watch the Champions League final. As a Manchester United fan, I'm very disappointed after what happened on Wednesday. But that's not gonna stop me enjoying this game. And as I say, I hope on a personal note, I want Chelsea to win. That's the team I want to win tonight. I'm not neutral. I do want Chelsea to win, and I'll be very open about that. But I've got a funny feeling Man City are going to win it. I feel like, and bringing it back to being a United fan, and I'm sure everyone can relate to this. A couple of years ago, I would have said City are never going to win a Champions League and Liverpool are never going to win a Premier League. And there we are a couple of years later. Liverpool have won a Premier League. And I think, being able to say that Man City have never won a Champions League, we might not be able to say that from tomorrow morning. So we'll see how it goes. But I've just got a feeling that City will get over the line today. I just hope if they do get over the line, they get over the line in a way where we can just sit back and say they deserve it. They deserve to be Premier League winners. And look, as I've said before, Chelsea, last couple of times I've seen them play against Man City, they've been better than them. So can it happen again? It is a weird thing if Chelsea win tonight to be able to say that Chelsea and Man City have played each other 3 times and Chelsea have won every time, because they are really close together in ability. So it's like flicking a coin, isn't it? To flick 3 heads is quite rare. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Every game's a 50-50. Pep should have started Fernandinho, says Amier. And Mark, in your opinion, if Pep never wins a Champions League at City, as he failed at City somewhat? Yes, T, I agree with you. I think that he failed at Bayern Munich by not winning a Champions League. There is a bit of pressure on Pep tonight. He does need to win. Come on, City, says Zamiasi. London is still red as we won more titles than Chelsea. See, Arsenal fans will always go for the club that United fans won't go for. I have a clip of you saying Man City win the Champions League, you won't watch the Euros. Will that happen if they win today, says Jack Ripples. I can't remember that clip, Jack, but if you can find it, then I will certainly consider honouring it. But on a tactical sense, I expect tonight to see Tuchel deal with Pep in a way that balances this game out. I certainly think that the FA Cup semi-final, for 60 minutes, Chelsea were much the better team. They got the goal and then they sat back and they saw it through. I think that Man City tonight, I've always said about Pep Guardiola, if you are a manager who says, right, sit back and hit a team on the break, you can basically say that at your first training session on a Monday at 10 o'clock, and by 10 past 10 you're doing keep-ups and, let's have a match. I think the way Pep coaches, if you want to play a false 9, you've got to work hard on the training ground. The way Pep set his team up tonight, he's spending a lot of time on the training ground because there is no holding midfielder. There are lots of attackers. There is no traditional number 9. So there's going to be a lot of interchangeability. And that means there'll be a lot of coaching from Pep. And he does put a lot of coaching in. And therefore he deserves the success he gets. But I think Tuchel will back it tonight. And I think as well, you know, with City not having a Fernandinho or a Rodri, Chelsea have got Kante. Kante very rarely gets overshadowed. I think Kante is going to be key in this game. You know, I'm a big fan of Kovacic. He's on the bench. Jorginho is the person who basically takes the ball off the back four and gets it going. Mason Mount's been ridiculously good this season. I think Mason Mount's got to have a good game. I think Kai Havertz has got to have a good game. And Timo Werner has got to be clinical, which, as we know, they don't exist together. So he's got to be clinical tonight. And I think that's where the difference for the game is going to be for me. I think if you give Foden, Sterling and De Bruyne a chance, they'll take it more likely than Havertz, Werner and Mount, which is why if Chelsea are to win, they've got to be clinical tonight. Kante might just produce another man of the match performance as Sahil. I hope so. And Mark, you missed my super chat, says FIFA Pro. Sorry about that, FIFA Pro. I have a clip. I've done that one from Jack. And will the match show live here? No. Who's hosting the Euros? It's hosted all over the place, isn't it? There's games in Rome, there's games in London, I think there's games in Paris. But the pressure is something that both teams have got to manage, like John just said there. The pressure is going to be really, really big. And I think it's a really interesting final. I think it reminds me a little bit of Spurs-Liverpool a couple of years ago. And what you don't want is, let's remember the Spurs-Liverpool game was a really exciting game, destroyed and bored by the first goal, which was a dodgy penalty. You don't want to see a silly red card or a silly penalty in this game. You want to see a proper game, and I'm looking forward to that. But I think Pep is going to try and dominate the attack in this game, so it'll be interesting how it works. And I also think that the way Chelsea will play is they will look to hit Man City on the break. Having said that, Chelsea do fancy themselves to pass the way through any press that Man City have got. I want Chelsea to win. I mean, I'm looking at, it. I want Chelsea to win. I can't argue with that. Who does everyone else want to win? Let us know. I know a lot of people want City to win. Absolutely fine. No problem with that. You're very welcome on this channel. Get involved in the chat. Shane Healy says, I think if City score first, they'll just bring Rodri on and shut up the shop. Yeah, I don't think if City score early, it would be wise to stay with an attacking front six. But, it's a risk. It's a risk from Pep Guardiola tonight. To not play a holding midfielder is a risk because Chelsea are only playing with one up front, really, in Werner. And there's a lot of attacking talent behind him. And the fullbacks will push on, as we know. It's a good split in the live comments, but I'd say most people are going with Chelsea, a few people going with City. Fabrizio says, yeah, there's a few City fans who want to win, and then the Arsenal fan base is bulking it up. Could go to penalties, Kibra. It could go to penalties. I wouldn't discount extra time. I think that both these teams are going to be very well matched. And I do think that there is a poll already on my Twitter at Goldbridge Mark. I can tell you at the moment it's had 82,000 votes. I put it up there this morning on my Twitter. I can tell you now, I just asked everybody who's going to win. And let me have a look. 57% have gone with Chelsea. 43% are with Man City. So that's close. 57 against 43, it's close, considering City are not a very popular side. But look, let's be honest, in all fairness, Chelsea are just an older City in many ways, aren't they? Chelsea were a club that were nowhere near winning titles. A London club with a tradition, but not really a tradition of being a big club. Abramovich comes in and they suddenly become a club that's won a Champions League, that's won a few Premier League titles. So Chelsea are just an older Man City, really. Let's see this game as a celebration. These are the two teams who stopped the Super League and kept this competition alive. This is football, says Jordan Ray. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think these are the two teams that saw that the Super League was a bad idea first and got out. 1-0 Chelsea Havertz, says Rudy. And I'm a United fan and I'm supporting Chelsea. Don't want City to ever win a Champions League, says Zed. I agree with that. I agree with that. Seven says it's going to be 4-1 to Manchester City. I mean, look, do not discount the fact that it could be a big score. You know, you can never predict what's going to happen. I hope we don't get that one way or the other. I don't want to be an hour into this game and it's 3-0 to Chelsea or 3-0 to City. I actually want to see a good game. I want Chelsea to win, but I don't want them to win by loads. I'd love to see a 2-1 Chelsea win and, you know, a bit of tension all the way up to the 90th minute. That's what you want to see. Pep's always been accused of overthinking in the big games. You think him not playing a CDM is because of the same reason? I want Pep to win because I'm a Barca fan and he's a legend, as you know, of course, says Adier. And Mark, do you think there will be a shock this transfer window? Could Salah leave Liverpool, says KMD? Well, I did hear that I did hear something about Salah to Chelsea. And I don't know, I mean, I heard Christian Falk talking about it, but I've never heard it out anywhere else before. But, you know, whatever, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a very interesting transfer window. And as Kyle Palmer says, can I just give a big shout out to Brentford? So pleased that they got promoted, especially from the first leg of the semi-final where they were losing to Bournemouth to get to the final and then to win 2-0 today. Look, I'm not overly excited to see Watford and Norwich back in the Premier League. They only just got relegated. But I am excited to see Brentford come up. I thought they were unlucky last year. They sold a couple of players. Ollie Watkins went. The other lad went to West Ham. But, you know, they've come up again and they've got into the playoff final again and they've won it this time. And I'm excited to see Brentford next season. I don't know that they won't go straight back down, but I think they're a more exciting football side than Sheffield United. So I'm looking forward to seeing Brentford next year. So big up to Brentford. Very, very pleased to have them here. Well done to Brentford. Let's have an applause for them. Fantastic stuff from Brentford. Really, really good. On the transfer window, yes, I've got my Scooby-Doo pyjama bottoms on. Aberdeen. I don't know why I'm saying Aberdeen. It's just the first Scottish city that came into my head. Aberdeen. That's going to be my new word. We will, yeah. Scotland are in the Euros as well. I'll have to wear them. Scotland in the Euros. Looking forward to that as well. I'm really excited about the Euros, actually. Let me just say, we will be doing lots of watch-alongs on this channel on the Euros. So make sure you subscribe and get involved in the community. The way watch-alongs work on this channel, if you're new, and hopefully not many of you are new, is that I go live, we have a live chat, we watch a football match, we feel it, we get it in it together. I know others have like guests on and stuff, but the way I do it's very different. I'm all about interacting with people. I love interactive content. Yes, it's harder. Yes, I get more tired than people who are just sharing the load. But I get more out of it. I prefer it. I feel I'm more engaged because I've got the game and I've got the live chat and I just feel as if it's more real. I've been on those shows where they're sat with guests and people are in your ear telling you what to say. This is real. There's no one in my ear apart from the missus when I haven't put the dishwasher on. But look, the Euros. This is going to be a fantastic time. It really is. I can't wait. So we've got the Champions League tonight, which we're blessed with. But 2 weeks last night, we'll be starting off with Italy against Turkey. I think that's a great game. Turkey are underdogs for me. And then 2 weeks today, Wolves are in the Euros. They've had a shit Premier League, so we've invited them into the Euros. Wales against Switzerland, 2 o'clock next 2 weeks today. We'll be doing that one. And then on the Sunday, it's England versus Croatia at 2 o'clock. And Holland will play on the night. Monday, Scotland, Scooby-Doo playing Czech Republic at 2. And then we've got Spain playing on the night. And then what a group day on Tuesday. France against Germany at 8 o'clock. So cracking Euros nearly every day. We'll be doing at least 2 games. There are some shit games. I mean, to be honest with you, I'll be right honest with you now. There's absolutely no way I'm spending my... what was the game I said I'm definitely not doing? Where was it? Yeah, 5 o'clock on Sunday. I'm not doing Austria against North Macedonia. Sorry, but I'm not. Fractured my hand and it's itching, Mark. Any tips? Says Vedance. Yeah, itch it with the other hand. And Mark, mate, what are you thinking now after the Europa League final? As a United fan, I'm still gutted, but hoping next season is a lot better. Hamid, to be honest with you, I think Manchester United is a really bad run club. I love it, but it's a really bad run club, and I'm almost of the mindset now that we lost because we deserve to lose, and if they don't buy players properly in the summer, this club ain't never going to go anywhere. A lot of people think we won't buy the right players anyway. Ultimately, we're run by prats, and we are where we are. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to enjoy the Champions League tonight. I'm going to enjoy the Euros. I'll keep an eye on what's going on with United in the transfer window, and if they don't deliver, we're never going anywhere. So there we go. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. You're very, very welcome. As I said, that's football. I haven't said this, but I will say this. That's Football is a channel for all football fans. I do the United stand. You can watch that if you want, but it is a United channel. That's Football is a channel for everybody. Doesn't matter who you support. Even Arsenal fans are welcome, but you won't get prioritised in the chat unless there's no one else in it. I'm only joking. Everybody is welcome. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Lots of content, lots of reaction to things. We were talking about Konate signing for Liverpool yesterday. The managerial merry-go-round with Zidane and Pochettino and Allegri. Transfers, Euros, the lot. Super League chat, everything. So get involved. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And I'm really looking forward to the summer. And hopefully you're going to spend it with us on this channel because it's exciting. I am going to be back on Twitch too soon, Dan. I've not forgotten about Twitch. In fact, Twitch is going to be a very big place for me in June. Can't say too much, but it's going to be very exciting in June. I've also dropped the link in the video description for the Instagram page. We're trying to get up to 4,000. If you're on Instagram, just please click the link in the video description and give us a follow on Instagram. It's a fantastic page. Draughty's done the graphics on there like he does the set, and they're some really, really good stuff. Hey Mark, what signing do you think will be good, says Multigamer. I think for Chelsea, if they got a Lukaku in this summer, that would make them a much better team this summer. For Man City next season, for Man City, it's hard to think. I mean, Man City need a striker, don't they? So, Chelsea and Man City, it's interesting they're playing each other, and I would say they both need an out-and-out 9 next season. Man United need 2 or 3 players. 3 players, really. Liverpool already starting on their centre-backs. I also think that Liverpool would benefit from a Jadon Sancho, to be honest with you. I think they would. But I'm not sure that they'll get that. Arsenal need a whole new team. Spurs need a backbone. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting summer. But the Euros is going to have a big part in that. Where did City find that many fans? Must have been handing out shirts in town, says Gary Turner. And Liverpool is still the best team in the world if everyone's fit. Since Fabinho returned to CDM, we won 13 of our last 15. Champions League is our next year, says Aziz. I'd expect Liverpool to bounce back next year, Aziz. I mean, look, all I'd say is don't speak like an Arsenal fan. We're going to be this, we're going to be that. Go and deliver. Are you not doing Paddy Power anymore, Mark? Basuma better than Rice for me. I am, Richard. I am still doing some Paddy Power stuff, so watch out for that. Got some content coming up on Paddy Power very soon, actually, for the Euros. Brilliant advert that I was part of, and some interviews with some England legends. So yeah, good stuff on the Paddy Power YouTube channel to come. Mark, do you think Brentford can win the league next year and pull off a one-season league win like Leicester when they first came? Sean, how much have you had? Come on. They'll do well to stay up, Sean. They'll do well to stay up. They've got to be the favourites to go down. Thanks for all the chats that are coming in, though. Really, that's what it's all about. Get some questions in, get things going. That's how we watch the football. It's like watching it down the pub with your mates. Get involved. Can somebody tell me, actually, when is Southgate announcing his squad? Is it not till the end of next week? Because if he's announcing it, he can't be doing it on Monday or Tuesday, because there's a lot of lads today. And when does the England squad actually join up? Because why is he named a 34-man squad if he's going to cut it down to 26 on Monday when they've not even trained together, and most of these lads haven't trained? English Football Premier League is the real winner tonight, regardless of who wins. I love our league, says IKEA Shoe Rack Supports Club. Well, look, 1st of June. He's got to do it by the 1st of June. Okay, so he's got to do it by Monday. Okay, that's really weird, isn't it? Tuesday, maybe. 1st of June, which is... Yeah, he's got to do it on the 1st of June then, hasn't he? Which is Tuesday, which the England squad must be joining up. When's the England squad joining up then? That doesn't make any sense to me. We're 9 minutes away from kickoff, by the way. 9 minutes away from kickoff. And can I just agree with that last super chat? I remember this on this channel back in... when Chelsea played Atletico Madrid, I did watch-alongs for both those games, and I got into a lot of trouble with Darren from Norwich and Steve from Stoke, because Steve from Stoke wears a full Barcelona Messi kit, and so does Daryl from Norwich. And they got very angry when I was saying that the Premier League is better than La Liga. And I said, well, it is, because Atletico Madrid are top and have now gone and won it, and Chelsea absolutely dominated them over 2 legs. Fair play. Real Madrid did beat Liverpool, but they didn't beat Chelsea. And I think that this is another indication, like 2 years ago, that the Premier League is hands and away, far and above, hands down. I mixed 2 there. Far and away and hands down, the best league in the world at the moment. And you'll get plonkers saying, wow, can't be that good when 2nd place Man United lose to 7th place Villarreal. But the Europa League is a Poundland Champions League. The Champions League, the champions, bum, 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 is the elite competition in the world. And in that elite competition in the world, Chelsea and Man City are in it. Who would you partner Maguire with for England, says Ben? I think it's got to be Stones. And oof, thanks for the super chat there. So yeah, it is. I mean, look, it is a celebration of the Premier League being the best league in the world. I think we've seen that quite a lot recently. I know we went missing a bit last year, but you know, Premier League's best league in the world. 100%. 100%. Mark Paul Scholes was spot on, says Lamin. I don't know what he said. I'm going for Chelsea tonight. I want Chelsea to win. I think, you know, it's like in 2 weeks when Italy play Turkey. I want Italy to win. And I like Turkey. And they you know, they can certainly win me around. And certainly if Man City turn up and play brilliant football, you won't see me going, oh, piss off, you jammy gets. I will be humble. I will be humble. But I hope I don't have to be. SB says Villarreal won the Europa League, Poundland Champions League, get real. Hold on a minute, mate. My team played in that final. The Europa League is a Poundland Champions League. It's a joke. It's a joke competition. We were in the Champions League. We got kicked out because we were shit. And then we go to the final of the Europa League. That shows you how much a joke the Europa League is. And we lost to Villarreal because we lost on penalties. And it took 11 penalties for us to lose. So there is no comparison between Villarreal and what we're about to see tonight. This is elite European competition, the best competition in the world. What happened on Wednesday night was just interesting because my club was in it, even though we embarrassed ourselves. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We've got nearly 8,000 people watching, which is fantastic. Very excited about this final. Make sure you share the video and smash a like on the video. Let's see if we can get over 10,000 on the show tonight. I'm up for it. I hope you're up for it. And I'm, you know, Saturday night. I'm not a big fan of Saturday night football, but I think back to a few Saturday nights, and you know, I remember the Champions League 3 years ago, Real Madrid against Liverpool. Loved it. Didn't really enjoy the one 2 years ago when Liverpool won it, and last year I enjoyed Bayern Munich PSG. So we've had some good Saturday night Champions League football, and I think Champions League football does belong on a Saturday night. What I don't like on a Saturday night is Man United against Wolves at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'd much rather be watching Heat or Free Willy 3, which isn't a cry for help for what I like to do on a Saturday night. There actually is a film called Free Willy 3. I'm not talking about Free Willy, you know, I'm going upstairs, please, to the wife. No. That doesn't happen on a Saturday night. Doesn't happen most nights. Arsenal fans are all over the place, says Peter. And you think Pochettino will come back to Spurs? I don't know, Jack. I don't know what's going on with that one. I've got no idea what's happening with Pochettino and Spurs anymore. I know Zidane's left Madrid, and I know Allegri's gone to Juventus, so I do wonder where Zidane's going to go. But I don't know. I've not heard anything, so I will. I'll be guided by you, good people, about what's happening in relation to that, because I actually don't know whether he's staying at PSG. Now, I mean, it would be weird. I'm watching the Turkey-Italy game in 2 weeks, Addicted Gamer. Join me for it. We're going to do a lot of Euros watch-alongs. I'm not doing every game because that would be sad. I'm not 12 anymore. I don't sit and watch every single game. But I will be watching a lot of the games. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe and get involved with the channel. Loads of Euro games coming in, and I'm very, very excited for the Euros, as I'm sure many of you are as well. But the players are in the tunnel. They're getting ready to go. And I'm very, very excited to see how this one is going to play out, as I'm sure you are. The intensity builds, the fire, the anticipation, the ambition, the passion. It's all there as the referee grabs hold. And that's just the referee grabbing the ball. And that's just the... No, we'll take it that far. There it is. There's that competition trophy they call the European Cup. I'd nick Sir Alex Ferguson's line and say, you know, don't let that be the closest you get to that trophy. Imagine if one of them just picked the trophy up. But it is all about this game. And look, you know what? People don't mention enough, and I think this is brilliant, even though I'm going to say it. You know what I would say about this is that probably 10 years ago we wouldn't do this, but we are now, and it shows that the Premier League is not only the best league in the world, but it has sorted itself out. And you know what I'm going to say? I remember Arsene Wenger quite regularly putting out an Arsenal side with no English players in it. And you look at that Chelsea lineup, it's got Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Mason Mount, 3 English players in that starting lineup for Chelsea. Now, 3 out of 11 isn't a great percentage, but it's better than where it was heading 10 years ago. And the Man City side as well. You've got John Stones, you've got Phil Foden, you've got Raheem Sterling, so 3 as well. So, that's, in elite European competition, you've got 6 English people on the pitch, which, look, people say, well, it's not enough, but it's a step in the right direction, because I'm telling you now, 10 years ago, maybe not exactly 10 years ago, but apart from Man United, a lot of teams were going very much all foreign players, which is nothing wrong with, but it's great to see that British clubs, Premier League clubs, do have British players in it. And, there's a few on the bench as well. Mark, can you sing us the famous Blackburn song, Phil Jones is a Superman, says Subbo? I don't know it. Kyle Walker as well. Sorry, yeah, Kyle Walker as well. So 7 in the starting lineup. So fantastic. Thanks for reminding me. I always assume that Cancelo's playing. So, yeah, it's good to see that as well. That's a positive. Man didn't say Walker wasn't English, Seto. Man didn't realise Kyle Walker was playing because I thought Cancelo was playing because I'm so used to that. So, swivel on it, you troublemaking shit. No Rodri, no Fernandinho. Wow. I think Pep's going for the clever thing. Pep's going for the Champions League, but he's also going for the Champions League in the way that people go, the man who didn't play with a number 9 or a CDM won the Champions League. That's what he's going for. And I don't think he wakes up in the morning and thinks, how can I win this Champions League in the most arrogant way ever? I just think he's a master tactician who puts a lot of work in the training ground. But ultimately, if Man City were to win this game, they're going to win this game with no centre defensive midfielder and no traditional number 9, which is interesting, isn't it? Ireland aren't in the Euros, are they? It's just Scotland, Wales and England from the UK and Ireland. There's no Northern Ireland or Ireland, is there? He's just overthinking his tactics, says Frodo. Well, we're about to start. It is 8 o'clock. I'm proper excited about this. Make sure you smash a like on the video, share the video and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're good to go here. We're good to go. I'm excited. I think you're excited. I think everybody's excited. And generally just excited. So here we go. Champions League final 2021. Manchester City against Chelsea. It's Man City to kick off. My score prediction is 2-1 to somebody, probably Manchester City, but I want Chelsea to win. Will they do it? One of them has to. The ref takes the knee. Everybody else does as well, otherwise he'd look stupid. He says, wait, I can't get up. My back is hurting. Give me a few seconds. No, I think we are actually doing it for something else. He stands up. He blows the whistle. And now the Champions League final is go. There we go. We're up and running. The timer's on the screen. So, Chelsea have started off with the ball here. Man City have hit it long. And let's have a keep an eye on this for the first few minutes. There's definitely going to be a press from Chelsea. And Chilwell may have nearly given away an early corner here. No, it's an early throw-in. That press of Chelsea is very high up. We knew that was going to happen. It's great that there's fans in the ground. There, it is Ryan. Absolutely brilliant. But look at Man City's press. It's unbelievably high. Zinchenko is almost playing as a CDM as well. It's going to be a very adaptive Manchester City side. And it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. Pass and move. That's the Man City way. Keep the ball. Tire Chelsea out. Move them about. The angle is crap, Thames. The angle is absolutely shite. What do you think, Gary Barlow? It's absolutely rubbish, Mark. It's crap. It's absolutely terrible. It's a Champions League final, which is absolutely fantastic. But this angle it's like Mark. The game's in Portugal. It's like watching it from Spain. It's really, really far away. Let's go. I support United, but I want Chelsea to win. Giroud needs to lift that cup, says Rick James. This is a long way away, that angle, isn't it? It really is. So, interesting start here. Man City having a lot of the ball, which is what we would expect. Ref! No. Nothing going on. It's gone for a throw-in. Get some Sean Dyche on. Well, you know, at the end of the day, I actually think what Pep's done tonight is very much like what I've been doing at Burnley for a lot of the time. I haven't done it. I've wanted to do it. I've always said to Woody, I don't want to play with a false... I want to play with a false 9 and no CDM. But Chris Wood is so good, I can't play with a false 9. But me and Pep, we were having a pint down the old Mason's Arms about 2 years ago, and I said I would love to play a false 9, but Chris Wood's too good. I think he's wrote it down on the back of a beer mat, and he's copied me, the Ginger Nugget, Sean Dyche, the best manager ever. They called me the Burnley Pep. Well, tonight we've seen it. Can't do too much of Dyche because it will destroy my throat. I'm excited. It's the Champions League final. It's going to go that way tonight. It's going to go that way. Chelsea having a bit of possession here, though. That's a foul on Jorginho. Yeah, but it's lovely to have some fans in the ground. I think, look, we've had a horrible... I do want to applaud football over the last year for giving us something. I think at times... serious bridge here. I think at times this year, you think back to Christmas and you remember certain areas of the UK had some fans in, and then we went into another lockdown, and it was like... I think football did a great job to carry on in January and February in this country because coronavirus was rife. It was massive infection rates, and football carried on. And I think we've been rewarded this season because the coronavirus has been horrible. And football's carried on. And it's been a weird football. You know, I can't stand watching Match of the Day and there's no one in the ground and you can hear them all shouting. You need fans in a ground. Looking around the edge and seeing fans there brings a tear to my eye. It really does. It doesn't, but it sort of does. You know, for the last few months, we've been watching these games and you're looking at empty seats. To see fans in the ground is absolutely fantastic. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So long may that continue. And I hope we get to see it through the Euros as well. Because football without the fans is nothing. But it can continue with fans sat at home watching it. But getting fans back in the ground, it's great. Absolutely great. So, Man City just passing the ball about here. Chelsea had a bit of a chance a minute ago with Havertz. I mean, I say a bit of a chance. He put a cross in and the keeper caught it. But both teams just feeling each other out now at the moment. It's sort of like a slow, boring foreplay. They've not put any good music on yet. And effectively, they're both in loungewear. Nobody's got any nice underwear on or, any electrical goods. It's just timid foreplay at the moment and, feeling each other out. Ref's a bit stop-start, isn't he? Ref's a bit stop-start. He's giving away... I'd like the referee to just, let it go a little bit. He's... little bit timid here, silly little fouls. Referee can have a lot of... somebody just said welcome to the City stand. I guarantee we've got more followers and views than any other Man City channel, probably even any Chelsea channel, to be honest, but that's not what it's all about. I'm not about that. I'm about the fans. I'm about the viewers, me. But on a serious note, I do think that's Man City's biggest problem. Fantastic team, fantastic manager, fantastic achievements. They haven't got many fans. I don't know who the referee is. I think he's Turkish, which we're not going to hold against him, but I think he's a Turkish referee. I have seen him before. No, I'm mixing him up with the one that sent Nani off. I don't know who he is. I don't know who this ref. I do recognise the ref. I think he might be Spanish, actually. I've changed my mind. Somebody tell me what the nationality of the ref is, because I want to be right. I think he's Turkish or Spanish, and I think he's Spanish. He's Spanish! Back of the net! He's Spanish. There we go. Gracias. Brentford's in the Prem, Mark, says Tom Upton. Thank you. I mean, it was nothing to do with me, but well done to them. He is Spanish, yeah. I knew him. I don't know him personally. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game, I think. I might be completely wrong. But I think it is. I think it's going to be an interesting game. Get in, Mark, says Carrio. Elamino says, I think Chelsea look a little bit more ruthless at the moment. Thing is, Man City, I said this morning when I did a preview on this channel. Man City are the favourites, but when Chelsea play Man City, you know, I've seen Man City play. Even when City play United, you're scared. Even though we beat them, you are scared. They are the favourites, and you think, shit, they're going to win. I think Chelsea have got this way of playing against Man City where it's a bit like when Liverpool play against City. Yes, City can win, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Chelsea will win this or Liverpool would beat them as well. They are quite equal, Chelsea and Man City, which I think is really interesting. 9,700 watching. Thanks everyone watching. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Sterling's in here. Reece James does well. Mendy's made a mess of it, but he gets it. What happened there? Reece James covered it. I don't know how Raheem Sterling ends up in this position. Reece James might want to ask a question of himself. It's an arrowed run, and Reece James basically lets him go. He's made a mistake, and then he makes a very good recovery. And Mendy ends up coming out. But Reece James it's a great recovery tackle by Reece James, but he did let Sterling go, and he wouldn't have caught him if Sterling had got a good bit of control there. Lovely ball over the top. So it's a corner for Man City here. An early scare for Chelsea. Cross comes in. They're good at corners. So are Chelsea. And it's a foul by Zinchenko, who I don't actually like. Hasn't the game started yet? Yes, it has. That's why we're talking about the game. Lovely ball over the top. Was it mine's another. Lovely. Yeah, Reece James, a bit of a warning there. Don't go to sleep. Because a player might come in behind you. Not come in behind you. Yeah, come in behind you and score a goal. Doesn't sound right, does it? Come in behind you and score a goal. Could mean something else, but we're watching football, so we should be okay. Chelsea here. Good passing again. One thing I like about Chelsea, and we saw it in the FA Cup semi-final, is that they do like to pass the ball about. Oh, Stones has made a mistake. Havertz picks it up. Edge of the box. Mount. Back into Havertz. Cross. Werner! Oh, you've got to be clinical. I said this. I bloody said this. Oh, that looks like half a chance. But now Man City are on the break. Sterling into the box. Cross. Goal. No. Oh, what a clearance by Chilwell. It's end to end. Werner's a prat. I said this in the preview. If Chelsea get chances, they've got to be clinical. And that was a great cutback by Havertz. And Werner kicks thin air. He's playing meme football. He's scoring goals without kicking a ball. He thinks it's that game where you play without a football because he's kicked thin air. Anyway, Sterling into the box. Reece James and Werner should have made it 1-1. Watch the cross. Havertz with the cross. No, I'm not even joking. This is what I feared for Chelsea. He's missed a big chance there. Werner original, yeah. Like Werther's an original. Good start to the game, says Advath. Big chance that for Werner. That's what would worry me if I was a Chelsea fan, is that you've had a big chance there. Would De Bruyne miss that chance? I don't think he would. It's heating up nice, says Frank Cavill. It's like the third minute of a boiled egg. It's been boiling in the pan for 3 minutes. That's when it starts to get good. In fact, actually, if you want to know how to get a good boiled egg so it's runny that you can dip your toast in, 5 minutes. Boil it for 5 minutes. Be perfect. 5.5 if you want to be safe. Andre Morris says Tammy Abraham wouldn't miss that. No, but he's missing the final. He's not even on the bench. Yeah, Chelsea. Well, it's Chelsea versus Man City in the Champions League, and I think it's Chelsea versus Man City in the transfer window because they both need a prolific number 9. I think Man City's need is a little bit weird compared to... Oh, Werner, keep it in. He's on the right wing. He's kept it in. Pebbles has fallen over. He's got back up again. Werner into Kante. Oh, bad first touch. Now City come away with it. It's a good stretch to this game. Chelsea win it back. Chilwell. 11 minutes gone. I tell you what, if the final keeps up like this, I think we're going to see a good final. Hey Mark, I graduate high school this Sunday, says Matt. Well done, Matt. Coleman says it's a good game. Lovely ball over the top here. Chilwell will pick it up nicely into Mount, but he's offside. Chilwell was offside. Kane wouldn't miss that, says K2. Kane wouldn't be playing for Chelsea though, will he? Emil Heskey would have scored that Werner chance, says Vinbra. You know what? I would have scored that. Well, no, I don't know whether I would have scored, but I wouldn't miss-hit the shot. I just don't understand how he doesn't connect with a cross. It's just timing. Panicked. I think he panics in the box. It's like a rabbit in the headlights. He just freezes, doesn't he? So 12 minutes gone. Exciting start. Still 0-0. Not a fan of the TV camera angle, says NM. No. Loving the PJs, says Kieran Taylor. Aberdeen! Scooby-Doo! I don't know why I'm saying Aberdeen, but it works. It works. 12,000 watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you give us a subscribe, bottom right hand corner to do that. We've got a lot of watch-alongs coming up for the Euros, which in 2 weeks' time, there will be games on. He's in! He's into the box! Havertz! Werner! He's fucked it up! Again! He's bloody rubbish! He's rubbish! He's bloody rubbish, Werner! I'm not even a Chelsea fan! He's crap! My God, he's a bloody nightmare, that lad! Oh my God! Werner is infuriating! He's in again! Werner! Side netting. Tuchel's getting the crowd going. Chelsea have had a good start here. I'm not even a bloody Chelsea fan and I'm like, bloody twat. You know what it is? He gets the ball stuck under his feet. He panics in the box. He's not smooth. He needs to be like Michael Jackson. He needs to be a smooth criminal in the box. Deadly. The worry is for Chelsea is that City will get those chances and I think City will score those chances. He's had 2 good chances that a top striker should be scoring. Maybe he'll get more. Corner for Chelsea anyway. They're good at corners normally. That's not a great corner. Easy catch for Ederson. Rolls it out. City on the break. Chelsea haven't done their own work. They've bunked off school here because it's a 4v4. De Bruyne, he's through. Good tackle. Good tackle, Kante. You've got to be careful of City on the break from corners. They're very fast. 15 minutes gone. It's an exciting game. Watch out for Chelsea. Yeah, you do wonder about Tammy Abraham. I've got to be honest. You do wonder about Tammy Abraham. It's the pink boots, Mark. Is he wearing pink boots? Nah, Werner's not in pink boots. Surely not. He's got pink boots on. He has got pink boots. It's the pink boots. It's the pink boots, Thomas. Werner looks like he's been scraped on FIFA 24/7, says Michael Mayer start. Well, City on the attack now. Yeah, if you're a Chelsea fan, and I am tonight, I do want Chelsea to win. You're sat here going, bloody Werner. Another Werner original. I predicted that Werner was going to win the Golden Boot, and people laugh. But actually, if he could finish, he would have won the Golden Boot. You think about all the chances he's missed, all the times he's been offside. Oh, Chelsea here. Reece James. Oh, go on. Strong. He's done well. Good pressing by City. And he's given a foul, has he? No. Lovely header by Chilwell there. Nice turn by Havertz. He's gone for Werner again. He's in the box. Werner, he holds it up well for Chilwell. He's having a look. Chilwell with the cross. Kante! Oh, I tell you what, Chelsea are getting close. Lovely build-up play from Chelsea there. Chilwell with the cross. And Kante, who's basically he's a little bit, it's like Bilbo Baggins jumping up for a header. And he won it. Was never going in, but I almost want to give him a goal for winning the header here. It's Ruben Diaz. It's not, it's Kante against Sterling. It's like Bilbo Baggins jumping up against Samwise Ganji. But he heads it over the bar. Vision of Thiago is underrated, says Marvin. Oh, it's a tense start, this. I'm enjoying it, though. Hope you're enjoying it at the moment. Chelsea probably should be winning. Werner's had 2 chances. He kicked thin air on one and passed the other one back to the keeper. I thought the referee was going to award a back pass. It was that much of a pass instead of a shot. It's nice watching teams that can actually play the ball forward, says Red Harlow. Yeah, there's a good intensity to the game, and therefore there's a good speed to the game as well. It's not slow. City looking a bit shaky, says Sarania. Yeah, Tuchel seems to have a bit of an upper hand on Pep for some reason. Not totally convinced that this City way of not playing a CDM is working. Don't know what you think about that, but I'm not convinced that it's working that well. A lot's gone in. You can see a lot's gone into the training ground. A lot of it's about people moving and interchanging, but it's not really giving them the upper hand at the moment. Mohammed says the last time Man United was in a Champions League final was 2011. Yeah. Is this not Man City's first time in a Champions League final, though? It's all relevant. It's all relative. You know, actually, people take the piss out of Arsenal a lot, but if you ever get a quiz question, have Arsenal been in a Champions League final, don't automatically think you're getting the point by saying no. They did get to a final. And their keeper got sent off, didn't he? Was it Arsenal against Barcelona and the keeper got sent off? They should have won it that year and they bottled it. Sure. Was it? Didn't Lehmann get sent off in the final or something like that? We are 20 minutes in here. And it's a very interesting start. City just trying to probably get a bit of ball here, which is good in a football game. Aguero sat there. I don't know, what do people think about the way City play? If I was a City fan, I mean, I think Pep deserves to do whatever he wants to do, but I would be a little bit unhappy about not having a CDM tonight. I would. If Chelsea wins it, shows buying and getting a good coach goes a long way. United need to invest in the team, says Jay. Well, it flies in the face of people that said that you know, it's not all about spending money. Lampard got all that money and Ollie finished above him. But then again, since Tuchel's come in, he's used all these players that were bought for him and took them to a Champions League final. So it's I just think Lampard wasn't experienced enough to deal with this many quality players. Well, Werner's having a shit game, really. He's just giving the ball away now. Raheem Sterling, lovely run. This is a dangerous spot for De Bruyne. Great tackle there by Azpilicueta. I think there was an offside, actually. I don't know how De Bruyne is offside here. Oh yeah, he is just about offside. Fair play. Good spot by the ref and the linesman. It's a tense one. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. And also remember, we're trying to get up to... Our quest for tonight is 4,000 Instagram followers on our new That's Football channel. Some fantastic graphics on there. Please do give us a follow. The link's in the video description. If you're on Instagram, just click the link and give us a follow. It'd be lovely if people did that for us. Here's Chilwell. He needs some support. He goes backwards to go forwards. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to go backwards to go forwards. Unless you're on a car journey. It's highly irritating if you going up the M6 to Manchester and you come off at Stoke and go back a bit. But overlap. Chilwell. Havertz wants it. He gone with the cross. Should have gone for Havertz there. He's got it back. I really do want Chelsea to score the first goal. I think if Man City score the first goal, they're going to be very hard to break down. Man City's defence is very, very good. Werner. Reece James. Cross comes in. Oh, good header by Ruben Diaz. It wasn't Ruben Diaz. It was John Stones. City working hard defensively, as they have done all season. Thanks for following us on Instagram, Ollie G. Good header there. Watch out. Carl Walker's about. He's done well. That's not a foul. What are you talking about, you diving little shit? Oh, come on. That doesn't hurt, Kyle. You're better than that, Kyle. Thanks, Chronic. Advath says, I disagree, Mark. I think City look defensively suspect without a CDM. I think that... I think if I was a City fan, I'd be happier if they had a CDM. Having said that, the back four of City always looks quite solid. It's a tense old game, though, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a Man City fan and I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I do feel quite tense about this final. So all I would say is well done. Well done to both teams, because they're giving it that drama, aren't they? And let's hope it continues. As I said, I want Chelsea to win. But I want it to be a good game as well. There's a foul here for Chelsea. Chance to put a cross into the box. Bernardo Silva on Kante. Set pieces could be really important. Both teams are very good on set pieces. What's the attendance of this game then? Because it seems to me like there's more here than there was in the Europa League. Chance for a cross from Chelsea then. Free kick, 25 minutes gone. Champions League final 2021 in Portugal. 0-0. Manchester City, Chelsea. The Premier League double header for the Champions League. Here's a cross. It's Reece James and Mason Mount over it. It's not Mason Mount. It's Chilwell and Reece James. Reece James with the cross. And it's a flicked header, but it's still in the box. Timo Werner. Reece James says, get out my way. I've got it. But he goes back to the halfway line with Kante, who turns around and goes back to the goalkeeper. 30k apparently are in the ground. It is a double header. It's a double header of two Premier League clubs. 16,500. $16,500 in the ground. It's not a particularly big ground though, is it? So I think that's, you know, if this was at Wembley, it would look like hardly anyone's there. Yeah, it's Porto's ground, this one, isn't it, I think? Good running by Sterling down the wing. Oh, he's skinned Reece James, but Reece James has done very well to get back. And goal kick. De Bruyne wants a corner. It's a goal kick. 30% to 50%, 50,000 is allowed, says Ziggy. Skiffs has just followed the Instagram. Link in the video description to do it. All it takes is one click. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We will be doing a lot of Euros stuff in the next... well, it kicks off in 2 weeks, doesn't it? De Bruyne is in down the left hand side. The cross is good. It's 1-0. Oh no, it's not. What a tackle by Rudiger. It should have been 1-0. It's a delightful ball by De Bruyne into Foden. And he's gone bottom corner and Rudiger's just made a fantastic tackle. That's a goal. That is a goal-saving tackle by Rudiger. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for the follow, Mo. Werner, it's gone out. That was a great chance by City. There was their chance. I don't think Foden could do much more because Rudiger's across to block it. Fantastic defending by Rudiger. Of course, this game could go extra time and penalties. Remember Manchester United versus Chelsea in 08. 1-1, extra time, penalties. It could go that far. Reece James into... It does feel like it's a tense old game. I'm going to keep saying that all the time. It's going to be more tense than a camping trip. But it is tense. Neither team is just able to get hold of it, if you know what I mean. Maximilian says if Werner had shot JFK, he'd still be alive. Yeah, he'd probably just go up yours. You've missed 6 shots. Haven't got a scratch. Good weekend to go camping, BP. He says, I'm camping right now. It's a good weekend to go camping. Nice and dry. Going to be hot. Actually, you don't want it to be too hot when you're camping because inside a tent can get very smelly. Mark, what a strange feeling it is for us United fans to watch a game where it doesn't feel like the centre-backs are seconds from disaster, says Brad Lewis. Well, it's as a United fan, it's nice to watch a game where people are moving the ball fast from back to front and, you know, taking one touch and, you know, being so precise in their passing. I've enjoyed it. I really have. Nice little ball out wide there for Kyle Walker. He's gone on the run. Chilwell doesn't oh, what's happened there? Oh, my life. Kyle Walker with the cross. Mahrez stuck his foot out. Unbelievable speed by... that's a foul. That's a foul. Referee. That's a foul on Werner by Gundogan. He absolutely blocks him off. If Chelsea... Oh, that's a joke by the ref. Sort yourself out, ref. But cross came in and Mahrez was just sticking his foot out. Great run by Kyle Walker down the right-hand side. Half an hour gone. That was a foul on Werner. Ref's an idiot. Have a stretch, Mark, says Xavier. Good point. Yeah, you wouldn't want Timo Werner on penalties, would you? He'd hit the corner flag. Do you feel that Man City are starting to come into it? I think Chelsea were the better team for the first 20 minutes. I think City are having their bit of play here. Lovely cross by Kyle Walker, and Mahrez is just stretching his foot out. So close to being another shot on goal there for Man City, and you feel that it would have been a good shot on goal from that close. Mistake, Zinchenko, he's lost it. Here's Timo Werner. He needs some support. He's going to have to come back. Kante. 0-0 is the score, Anthony. It says it on my left. Evening, Mark. The quality difference between this game and the B-rated Europa League is massive. Begs the question, how bad will the UEFA Conference be, says Andy and Bruno. The UEFA Conference is going to be a joke. I actually will not even do a watch along for the final. I don't think anybody will. I think just family and friends will do it out of pity. Who's going to watch that Conference League? What a joke. I don't even know anything about it. Is there a group stage? It's a bit scrappy, this game at the moment. Feels to me like City are just starting to get a grip. Well played there by Chilwell. Jared's watching this and it's 3 a.m. in Australia. Boom, 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 ding, 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 no, 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 in Australia, in Australia. Classic Manic Street Preachers. Here we go, Reece James. Go on then. Go on then, it's a 3v3. He's on his own. He's gone to Werner. No, that was a mistake. They've lost it here. Aspilicueta. Reece James. They've overplayed this, Chelsea. They've overplayed their hand a little bit. Chilwell on the left. They've gone a bit side to side now. Yeah, City have got everyone back. Opportunity's probably gone itself. And Kyle Walker does a good job. Heads it back to the keeper. He's having a good game, Kyle Walker. 3:30 in Hong Kong, says Andrew. Let us know in the live chat where you're watching from, actually. It's always good to be nosy. You have a nice hairline, Mark, says Noah. Not sponsored by Manscaped tonight, and I don't know how you know, but I do have a good hairline. And this one's not too bad. I'm just happy to be the age I am and not bald. I said this to my dad the other day. You know, he's bald. I'm not. I wasn't. I didn't say it to make him cry. I just always expect. I said to him, basically, I wasted most of my teens panicking about going bald, and I never did. Could have spent that time doing better things. But if you are bald, embrace it. Pep's very successful. Yellow card here. I don't know who he's booking for or what. Gundogan. He's got to be careful there, Gundogan. He is the CDM. It was a little bit late on Mason Mount. Mark, does Dino remind you of Jim Leighton in 91? Says Zal. No, if I'm honest. Oh, Thiago Silva's in a bit of bother here now. Got people watching in China, Latvia, Mozambique. What's your take on the Glazer spin of buying 150 million net? They want to win over the fans, but realistically they won't go beyond 80 net. I agree with you, Balu. And I tore my MCL month, so I'll be watching all your coverage of the Euros from Liverpool as I have nothing else to do, says Tom. Hope you're all well, Mark, says Tom. Good, Tom. Yeah, I'm good. I hope you're recovering okay. And yes, Euros watch-alongs will be starting in a couple of weeks' time. Looking forward to it. And thanks everyone who's tuning in tonight. It's a fantastic little community that we've got going on. Bit of a water break here. Don't bring the water breaks back. I hate the water breaks. Was a water break scheduled in for this game? Don't know what's going on here. Seems to be a bit of a break going on. Is that Conor McGregor in UFC on the 10th of July? It's 1936 in Ghana. 2021 here. It's the weather, Mark, says Jack. Yep, so we're up and running again now. I don't think Thiago's on the pitch yet. It's funny that Lampard played for Man City, isn't it? I always forget that Lampard played for Man City. Go on, Kante. He's won it here. Again. It's a good run by Kante. Slips it into Havertz. Oh, good tackle by Zinchenko. He might have been offside anyway. City caught there, but Chelsea not being clinical enough. Again, I spoke about this morning. I just think that Chelsea have had the opportunities. They've not been clinical enough. And now it's City's turn to run at the Chelsea back four. De Bruyne, he'll go wide. Here's Mahrez. He's always got a trick in him. Lovely turn by Mahrez. Cross comes in and Mendy's got hold of that. Harry says, I think Chelsea could have buried City. I think if they'd have been a bit more clinical in the final third, they should be 1-0 up. Good tackle by Zinchenko, that was. 37 minutes gone, 8 minutes to go. I think Thiago Silva's coming off here. He's gone down again. Yeah, he's coming off. Always disappointing to go off in a final. It's the end of the road. Boys to men. He's gutted. He's absolutely gutted. Christensen comes on. I would have thought Zuma would have come on, but he's gone with Christensen. Disappointing when you're injured. He is 49 though. You know, no, he's 36, isn't he? Super Cup is on the 11th of August. The winner will play Villarreal. Should have been Manchester United. They'll play Villarreal. Is there a gulf in quality of players between City, Chelsea versus United, or is it a difference in coaching? Heartbroken United fans, says Canan. I think there's a massive difference in coaching, and I've been talking about this on the United stand for the last couple of days. United's coaching is average at best. It's not great. We don't play football like this. We don't pass the ball into tight spaces and back each other to pass our way out. Kante's having a good game. There's an overlap. There's an overlap on the left, and they found it. It's Chilwell. It's a nice little ball in. Werner again. He gets the ball in the box and he bottles it. Mark Sharp says the passing from both teams is pretty slick. Christensen getting early touches on the ball here. Come on for the injured Thiago Silva. So yeah, I mean, look, if you support any of these clubs, you're going to be feeling quite tense. Both have had chances. Nice ball into Chilwell there. Mount sees a lovely ball out to Reece James. Defeated in the finals last season, injured in this one. Kind of feel for him, says Daniel Luciano. Thiago Silva, yep, off he goes. Christensen is already on. Rudiger finds the ball to Chilwell. I do think that the way Chelsea play as well with the wing-backs, that they would be... Imagine if they did have a Haaland or a Kane or a Lukaku, a more physical striker who's also quick and can finish. I do think that they miss that in the way that they play. I'll be 100%, Tuchel's going to go and buy a big physical quick striker. There is Thiago Silva. He's gutted. You want to play in these games. We all do, Thiago. At least you did. You've had a very good career. Some of his career highlights was a winning goal in a pub match. Hola, says Jibil. Roman says, my heart wants Chelsea, but my mind is saying City. Love from Pakistan, says Bazit. Well, we're getting close to half-time now. 5 minutes to go. What should we do at half-time, actually? We sometimes do, like, best player at every club, best signing, who needs to buy who. There's a lovely ball in. He's in! Oh! He scored! Kai Havertz! Is he offside? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Chelsea are celebrating. The scoreboard has changed. Kai Havertz has ran through the middle like Man City's defenders have gone for a water break. Tuchel is celebrating. I think Chelsea have taken the lead. You never know with VAR, but this could be a huge, huge goal. Pep sits down and takes a sip of water. Very apt. Sit down, Pep. But it looks like it's 1-0 to Chelsea. And it's Kai Havertz with the goal. Is he going to be onside? It goes to Mendy. What's City doing here? It's a lovely ball by Chilwell. It's Zinchenko. He's lost his man. He's well onside. It's 1-0. Crap defending by Zinchenko. They call him the Poundland De Bruyne at left back because he looks a little bit like him. Well, it is 1-0 to Chelsea. And it's Havertz. 1-0 to Chelsea. The goal is there. Well done. Well done, that lad. In the Champions League final, Chelsea lead 1-0. Very important to get the first goal in this game. The way it's been going, I said this many, many times. I said it many, many times. I don't think that this game can be won 2 or 3-0. I don't think it can. City have now got a bit of a mountain to climb. Look at him with his hands on his head. He only started supporting them last week. If you'd have been a bit patient, you'd be wearing a Chelsea shirt, you plastic. 1-0. Half time. Just about right. I think it's about right. I think Chelsea have just about shaded it for me. I mean, there was that chance for Foden, but I just think Chelsea have been in and around Man City's box much more than Chelsea have again. And you've got to ask the question tactically now. Zinchenko just loses his man, but he just doesn't even go with him. I don't know what Zinchenko is doing. But you've got to ask that question again. Has Pep overthought this final? Has he overthought it? Not only am I going to be really clever, I'm Pep. I'm going to do Pep as an English guy. I'm Pep. I don't need a number 9. Oh, I'm going to win it without a number 9 and a CDM now. Has he gone a step too far? I don't need a CDM. You bloody do. Your defence just got split open. Here's Reece James. City need to be a bit careful here. At the moment, City aren't doing much. Chelsea are comfortable. He's going to have to change it. Second half, Pep. What a second half we might have in store. 15,000 watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We've got a really good final on hands now. I want Chelsea to win anyway, but I think even in the context of the game, City can still come back and win it. But I think the better team to go in front is definitely going to be Chelsea. City go in front. I think they're a pain in the arse. Call John Travolta because that's a greasy goal by a greasy player, says Lloyd. And hey, Mark, you said on United Stand there was one thing you don't like about Conte. I think he just doesn't suit United. Do you agree? Love the contents. It's truly balls. And I don't think Guardiola offensive lineup has worked. They are not able to create chances. Per-Erik Klassen. I think Pep's gone too clever. He's like the lad in the GCSE maths class that when they hand the paper out, they give him a calculator and they say, I don't need it. And they say, but you can have a calculator. You may as well use it. I don't need it. I don't need a calculator. In fact, I don't even need a pencil. I'm going to write the answers in my own brilliant blood. Well, to be honest with you, you should have a CDM. Use a calculator. You've added up wrong. Kante, nice ball into Werner. He's in the box. Oh, what are you doing? What is he doing there again? Captain says it should be a cracking second half. Werner in pink boots is just typical. Abe says the ball touched Ederson's hand. Should it have been a red card? Well, you play the advantage there, don't you? I don't want to see Ederson getting sent off for there. If he took the player out and fouled him, give him a red card. But in those circumstances, you know, I wouldn't be looking at anything more. You play the advantage and you get the goal, don't you? That's what you want to see. Thanks for all the super chats. You can do that through the $sign. Vin says, at half-time, favourite player, past or present, that played at a rival club. Could be a lot worse being a United fan, but mine is Drogba. Hey, I tell you what, that's a good one. I think the Champions League is always about nostalgia. At half-time, we'll go through every current Premier League club and we'll say we'll name our favourite player, past or present, for that club. So that'll be a good little bit thing to do. Three minutes added on at the end of this half. Kyle Walker brings it forward. And he's given the foul. I mean, really, that should be the end of the half, ref. It is the end of the half, I think. It is the end of the half. So it finishes half-time. Half finishes. Chelsea leading again. Chelsea lead 1-0 against Manchester City in the Champions League 2021 final. And for the third time in a row, Tuchel has found a way to get the upper hand of Pep Guardiola. Has Pep Guardiola now found somebody that can deal with him? That can absolutely deal with him. I think Chelsea deserve to be in front. I think City's defence, which has been so good all season, suddenly a massive hole there. A massive gorge. It was like the Grand Canyon. Massive hole. Havertz runs into it, skips past the keeper. It's 1-0, onside, and Chelsea 1-0 up. You think second half's going to be good? I do. I really do. I think City have got to go for it. I think Chelsea should look to hit on the break. And suddenly, you know, the way Chelsea are set up is perfect to hit on the break. So Man City really going to do what they're going to do. They're going to have to do something amazing in the second half. It's only 1-0. The game can turn around. And I certainly think it can. But. Can I just say that our Instagram has nearly got 4,000 on it. Please give us a follow on our new Instagram page. We only started it this week. Fantastic graphics. And I've just been told that we're only 50 away from 4,000, which was our aim tonight. So if you are on Instagram, just click the link in the video description. Give us a follow. It takes 3 seconds. That would be really appreciated. But look, yeah, I think City have got to change it at half time. I think the fact that I think Pep's a great manager, and knowing how much work he'll have put into it this week. I mean, to not play a CDM and to not play a number 9, he'll have had him all week, probably for 2 weeks, working on this. This is how we're going to beat Chelsea. We're not going to play with a CDM and we're not going to play with a number 9. Everyone's going to move about. They're going to get so confused. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think City look confused. I think Pep's gone too far with trying to be clever. We all know he's a manager that can play with a false 9, but to not play with a CDM, I think it's too much. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rodri or Fernandinho come on, because he needs to get hold of that midfield better. It's a risk. It's a very big risk to go into your club's biggest game of their history and try something that you haven't really tried before. So very interested to see what's going to happen there. But look, really exciting first half. I think City did have chances. They were close a couple of times. But then you think about Werner, 2 really good chances. Havertz nearly got in a couple of times as well. Kante's header over the bar. Chelsea just about deserve to be in front as far as I'm concerned. But really, really excited to see what's going to happen in the second half. I think if you're City, you know, do you try and get an Aguero on? The thing about City is Sterling's on the pitch, Foden's on the pitch, Mahrez is on the pitch, and Bernardo Silva's on the pitch. all their wide attacking players are already on the pitch. So they haven't got that as a late option. If you take one off, you haven't really got anything else to come on. So how he's going to change it, I don't know, because he's going to have to take some of his attacking players and they're 1-0 down. But for Chelsea, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, Chelsea, because it's working very, very well. Very, very well indeed. Okay, let's do what we were going to do at half time. It is the Champions League half-time show, and I thought we'd just do... Remember, the Euros is coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs on the Euros on this channel, so make sure you join us. We've got 18,000 with us at the moment, which is fantastic. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. The way I do watch-alongs is that I interact with all of you lot, and we watch the games together, and it's a good laugh, and, you're very welcome to the channel. Subscribe, everybody's welcome, bottom right-hand corner. Moon says, imagine ever comparing Diaz to Van Dijk. Diaz is the biggest false image around. All PR seeing as City's defence is worse this year than last. Interesting. I've always thought that Ronaldinho is the most skilled player I ever watched, even though he didn't do it for long. What do you think? It was a fantastic talent, Ronaldinho. Look at the energy Thomas Tuchel has. Wish Ollie had it, says Kevin. I've got to put my hand up here and say, look, people always say my biggest mistake this season was saying that we shouldn't have bought Cavani. I actually think my biggest mistake is, if Ollie'd got the sack, I would have said I don't want Tuchel. I didn't want Tuchel at United. I didn't rate him. I said there's something about Tuchel that he always seems to bottle it, and I got it completely wrong. He's been an absolute revelation at Chelsea. To take that Chelsea side that was struggling so badly in January, to take them to top four would have been a good achievement, but to take them to an FA Cup final and a Champions League final where they're 1-0 up against arguably the best side in the world, and they're 45 minutes away from winning a Champions League against the Man City side. What a fantastic job Thomas Tuchel has done. And let's not forget, we do discuss it on this channel at the start of the Champions League season, who's going to win the Champions League. And I said, I think this will be the year of Manchester City, or Bayern Munich will do it again. I never would have predicted Chelsea. Although, when Chelsea beat Atletico Madrid, I did say I've got a feeling they're going to win it. Because if you watch Chelsea under Tuchel, it's not that they're vintage, brilliant football. They're just so well organised. And they do create chances, but they're also very good defensively. He's a very, very, very good tactical manager. And he's been a revelation at Chelsea. And the scary thing is, he's doing this with Lampard's signings. He will be backed by Roman Abramovich. I mean, how unbelievable is it? If Chelsea did win this game, you've brought a manager in January who's using a set of players that he's inherited. He's took them into the top four. He's took them to an FA Cup final. And then if he wins a Champions League, and then in the summer is when he really starts building because he gets the players that he wants. I remember when Solskjaer came in, and he came in December as an interim manager, and he was Ollie at the wheel for 3 months, then he bottled it and we didn't get top four. And everyone was like, wow, the real work starts in the summer. But that just shows you what a great job Thomas Tuchel's done, because realistically, he could have said, I'm just looking to get used to the team. I'll start the real rebuild in the summer. He might be starting the real build with a Champions League winners medal. And Chelsea still have got improvement, because I think if Chelsea get a number 9, like a Lukaku or someone like that, they're going to get even better. We've seen Werner today miss 2 really good chances, and yet they're still winning 1-0. Thomas Di Matteo says, not Ricky. Well, look, this doesn't mean this is the start of a dynasty at Chelsea with Tuchel. Maybe next season he would get found out. But the one thing about Chelsea that is very similar... I'm just stretching my back out, don't worry. The one thing about Chelsea that is very similar to Man City is that this is back exercise. If you watch the channel, you'll know that I have to stand up and stretch every now and again because I have got lower back pain. And this is all really good. Sometimes I just put Bob Marley music on and it's really good for the back pain. I'm not going to sing any Bob Marley at the moment, though. But yeah, it's that squad of Chelsea is so good compared to everybody else. Man City have got a great squad, but so have Chelsea. Add a little bit more to that. Yeah, I think Chelsea will be a threat next season. Surely they will be. Can't see Kane going to Chelsea, Dan. Yeah, but would Tuchel have been good at United? That's the question, isn't it? We'll never know, says Sean Collins. I do think that a Thomas Tuchel at a Chelsea, at a Man United, in hindsight, I didn't think it would have been a good deal. But in hindsight, I think United would improve. The problem with a United and a Spurs and an Arsenal is that they're not coached very well. Arsenal are not coached very well. Arsenal should have beaten Villarreal. I've just seen Liam Gallagher. Oh, fucking mad for it. What? Oh, can't believe it. Don't look back in anger. But look, I think that we'll talk to Sean Dyche in a minute. But I think that the issue that that United have and Arsenal have and Spurs have is that their coaching actually isn't very good. What impresses me about Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool is that when they get the ball, their players want the ball in really difficult situations and they back themselves to pass their way out. I don't see that from United. I don't really see it from Arsenal, and I don't see it from Spurs. I think they're quite basic teams with basic coaching. There's good coaching going on at Chelsea. There's good coaching going on at City. And there's good coaching going on at Liverpool. And I think those three teams next year will be the favourites again. I'd love to think United will buy well and improve, but I think they will be the favourites. Anyway, back to this game. What do you think about this game, everybody? Exciting first half. The ball was moving at a speed of light. Also playing a high line. That's what good coaching staff does, says Amit. Get the best out of the players. United coaching staff need to learn a lot. And do you think Pep will do, if he loses the final, keep up the work, says Liverpool fan 89? Well, I don't think Pep will do anything if he loses the final. I think he'll still be here next year. The importance of a CDM is shown in this game. Rodri should come on and United need to buy Rice, says Sakin. I agree with you. I think that this game shows how important a centre defensive midfielder is. And I think that he's got to get one on, which is this, I'm really, when you're losing 1-0 to bring a CDM on doesn't make sense, but a CDM is the metronome. A CDM is the conductor, and City need to get that, because I tell you what, City are going to open up even more to try and get back in this game, and Chelsea will exploit that gap. So I think they've got to. They've got to. I love the centre defensive midfield position. That's basically where I used to play when I was sort of coming towards the end of my career. And, it's such a understated position. Like you just said, pal, it's the driver, not the car, says Harry B. So, yeah, if I was City, the quality on that City bench is frightening, says Karash. Yeah, well, for me, if I was City, the only issue... Well, actually, let's have a look at what both teams have got options on the bench. So, for City, they've got Aki, Jesus, Aguero, Laporte, Rodri, Torres, Mendy, Fernandinho, Cancelo, Garcia. I mean, you say the quality of that City bench is frightening. It's frightening how many defenders they've got. Attacking talent, it's really Torres, Jesus or Aguero. They've got three players that they can bring on as attackers, because, and you know what, Jesus, I mean, he might do something, but he's not of a quality of a Sterling or a Mahrez. Obviously, Aguero's a goal scorer, and Ferran Torres, look, a lot of people really rate Ferran Torres. I'm not so sure. So it feels to me like Pep's got all his best attackers on the pitch. I would bring Rodri on, and I would probably take Bernardo Silva off. I think that's probably what he's going to have to do. Get some stability in the midfield, go again. And then, if it's still not working, last 20 minutes, chuck Aguero on and maybe take Sterling off or Foden off or Mahrez off. But I think he's got to bring a CDM on. And as I said, I take it on board that bringing a centre defensive midfielder on is not necessarily an attacking thing to do, but it will just give them that stability. We've gone past 4,000 followers on Instagram, by the way. If you are on Instagram, click the link in the video description and give us a follow. We only started it last week. That's football on Instagram. The graphics are fantastic by the Draughty Devil, and we've got a lot of stuff on there. In fact, I've seen the two graphics that we've got for the winner, whether it's City or Chelsea. So make sure you're giving us a follow on That's Football. Fantastic stuff on there. Please give us a follow. Links in the video description. Just click it and follow. If you're on Instagram, that would be great. There's a question about Grealish here. Do you think Villa could survive without Grealish, says Jack Wheeler? I think Villa have done very well this season, but I think Grealish is a massive player. I think they'll be in the bottom half, definitely. I've got nearly 20,000 watching. It is Champions League night. Remember, in 2 weeks, last night, the Euros kicks off. We're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs on this channel, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Everybody's welcome on That's Football. There's normally a video going up every day as well about a topical thing to chat about. So make sure you join the community and get involved. Thanks everyone who's joining in tonight. Mark, if City lose this, I think it will convince Pep to sign Messi, given that Messi's contract is over this summer. What do you think, says Adivir? I keep hearing that Messi's going to stay, though. I'm the Daddy, says, I hope Ollie and his boys are watching this match. Highlights how good coaching can really improve 11 players and a good CDM as well, says, I'm the Daddy. Look, if I was Bruno Fernandes, I was Paul Pogba, I was Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire or any other decent player at United, I would be questioning this, I would be going, why are we not being coached to play like this? Because I think Bruno could play in this game. I think Pogba can play in this game, but not in the way they're being coached at United. You know, the coaching needs to be better. And I agree with you on that one. Kante won a header. I'm convinced anything is possible, says SLS795. And as a neutral United fan, what a great game. Imagine if we lost this to the greedy American owners Super League, says Gary Turner. Yes. Well, you know what? The Champions League, I love the Champions League. I've always loved the Champions League. I'm old enough to remember the old European Cup. I didn't really like the old European Cup. And look, I'm not somebody that's a big fan of change, but the Champions League format has always been great. I don't know why they're going to change it in a couple of years. I like the Champions League. I've always liked the Champions League format, and I always look forward to the final. You know, whether it's PSG Bayern or it's Chelsea and City or Liverpool Spurs, the Champions League final, the Champions League is the elite tournament, and I think we've had a really good final here. And I tell you what as well, nobody will have mentioned this yet. What a great advert for the Premier League this final has been. It has been really, the world's watching this game. The world is watching this game. It's the European Cup final. So the world's watching this game. Italians, Spaniards, Mexicans, Americans, Japanese, Australians, Indians, Chinese, everybody. I can't name every country now. I feel like I'm missing people out. But everybody's watching this game. And if you're watching this game, it's been entertaining. Like, I can watch a 0-0 and be entertained sometimes. And, every game's different. But actually, as a game of football, that's been really entertaining. Fast-paced. There's been chances in and around the box. A real good advert for the Premier League, I feel. Should we replace the trophy with a golden oil barrel for the winner? Says Stephen Porter. Bit bitter, Stephen. Would you take Tuchel at United? Kante man of the match so far, says Matt. I wouldn't have took Tuchel, but I would now. Which I suppose just goes to show you can get things wrong. Pisco says, I think we can play like this if Ollie played Van der Beek and Pogba in the midfield against teams that sit back. Man United need a CDM. And Not Ricky says, Ollie is an average coach, but he doesn't cause drama even when he gets no first choice signings. Fourth place plus no drama equals success for the Glazers. And the first 20 minutes, you can see the patterns of play developing and also the attacking runs players are making to create space. We are really done, says Subbo. I've just got to start the second half here. Timer. How much has losing the final damaged Ollie's standing in the transfer market, says Peter? I don't think that makes a big difference. I think players will come to Manchester United. I mean, look, Varane probably will rather go to Chelsea than United because Chelsea are in a Champions League final. But I don't think that. I still think United can get their targets. I think the reason that United don't get their targets is because their negotiators are shit. And I've always said that. So the second half has kicked off. The timer is on the screen, which is great. Great. Can City get back into it? What's your score predictions now? I'm still going to go 2-1 Chelsea. No, actually, I went 2-1 City. Look, all I wanted from this final was it to be an interesting, tight game. Even if Chelsea were to win it, I want it to be an interesting, tight game, and I think we've got that. I did say from the start that I don't think either of these teams is going to go and win 2-3, 4-0, and I'm convinced that won't happen. I think we're going to see a really exciting second half. I'm quite surprised Pep hasn't changed it. Because, maybe he's been a bit stubborn there. This is my idea. I want it to work. I can beat them with it without a CDM. But the thing for Chelsea is they can't go too defensive. If City get a goal, they get the momentum. People say that 2-0 is the most dangerous score in football. I think 1-0 can be as well. Havertz scored. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Everyone's welcome on this channel. Thanks everyone for watching. Always interactive with our watch-alongs with the most important people, which is you, the fans, the viewers. City have got a chance to whip a cross in from De Bruyne here. Mendy's waiting. High line by Chelsea. Both teams, as I've said before, good from set pieces. So A very high line from Chelsea here. It's a bad cross. And Kante gets hold of it. And he wins a goal kick. Yeah, Kante has been fantastic. My next watch-along is... I'll confirm it for you, but I think it's next Wednesday, I think. I'm going to do the England games before the Euros. So I'm pretty sure England are playing on Wednesday nights. Yeah, England at 8 o'clock against Austria. So that's my next watch-along. And then England against Romania on the Sunday at 5 o'clock. I'll do that. And I don't think England are playing again ahead of their first game on the Sunday. So unless somebody in the live comments knows different, I think, England's 2 games as watch-alongs I'll be doing on this channel pre-Euros. Man City on the attack. They're going to have a lot of ball this half. This game can change on a goal. Yes, it's nice to be 1-0 ahead, but if Man City score, Kante's in again. Well done, Sterling. He gets back. Now Zinchenko. Bit sloppy on the goal, Zinchenko. Just couldn't read the run of Havertz or keep up with him. Mark, I love That's Football. Is there any way you'd start a That's Football podcast? Potentially, said Jamie. It's a good idea. If I was going to do a podcast, I'd like to do it with another personality. And I'm just chucking a name here out. But, like Peter Crouch or someone like that. Or a Jimmy Bullard. Somebody like that. Once a week, an hour on a podcast. Mark Goldbridge, That's Football, with somebody else. That'd be good. Yeah, we're 5 minutes into the second half. A lot of people are saying I think this will finish 1-0. I'm convinced there's another goal. I actually think City will score. Whether that will be enough. We should have signed N'Golo Kante from Leicester in 2016 instead of Matic, says Not Ricky. Mark, I've got to say we lost because of Bruno's positioning. His heat map was red just in front of Pogba and the right was green, says Yash. That's coaching, mate. It's not because of Bruno. Bruno doesn't pick the team and Bruno doesn't do the tactics. He's obviously been told to play in that position. Of course, City just need to be careful of being caught on the break. Do you think if Chelsea wins, Kante's up for Ballon d'Or? Says Anaban. Who do you think is the Ballon d'Or contenders this season? They normally announce. Is it like October time the Ballon d'Or gets announced? Reece James and Sterling has been a really interesting battle. And that's going to be a very interesting battle for the Euros, isn't it? Who are the right backs that are going to go for England? Because I think we might be looking at 2 of the 3 right backs that Southgate will take to the Euros. I think he'll take Reece James and Kyle Walker and Trippier. Trippier, La Liga winner. Kyle Walker, Premier League winner. Reece James, Champions League winner. Ollie should coach cricket. No need for subs, says M. Parker. Kante's had a very good game, hasn't he? I mean, you worry about France in the Euros unless you're French. Hi, Mark. Can you wish my mate Jarno a happy birthday? He turned 20 yesterday. Thank you. That's from Toon. Happy birthday to your mate there, Jarno. Mark, fine. I'll do your podcast, says Daniel Luciano. Very much. Somebody just said that. England versus Scotland watch along, Teddy. I'm doing Wales versus Switzerland. I'll definitely be doing England versus Scotland. Great tackle there by Kante on De Bruyne. Very good tackle there. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're only 50 away from 403,000. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. You're very, very welcome. I will be uploading a match reaction after the video. Yes, Goldbridge reacts, It's a little series. I normally upload a video every day, about 10 minutes, in relation to topical items. Pep's issue has always been an English team in the Champions League, says Akil. Very good point there by Akil, actually. Very good point. Hi, Mark. Can you wish me? I've done that one. De Bruyne is in Kante's pocket at the moment, says Himinshu. Thank you, everyone. This is how we do the watch along on That's Football. Me, sat with you, interacting with your live comments, watching the football. So thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Forget Declan Rice and sign Kante. Why is it that people think that Kante is actually available? I mean, why would Chelsea be looking to... I mean, I know Chelsea are very ruthless in relation to their managers and sometimes their players. Oh, Werner. Lovely slide tackle there. I think it was Ruben Diaz, because it was a lovely weighted ball by Reece James, and I really thought Timo Werner was going to get it. Can you do Portugal versus France, Germany versus France, and Portugal versus Germany? Going to be good games. Eddie Howe, I'm going to do all of the Euros good games. So, yeah, those games will definitely happen. But, yeah, I mean, look, Chelsea are very ruthless in relation to their managers and some of their players. But if you're Thomas Tuchel and you're looking at that Chelsea side, I know they're linked to Declan Rice, but why would you buy Declan Rice? Declan Rice is going to cost you 60, 70 million. Would you, hand on heart, Chelsea fan or not, put Declan Rice into that team? Or would you just stick with Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante and get the lad in from Monaco who's got potential? If you spend 70 million on Declan Rice, you've got to pick him. I don't think Chelsea need to spend 70 million on a CDM. I think they probably should go for the guy from Monaco who's up and coming, who can grow into the role, but I might be wrong. For me, Declan Rice, it would be a bad move for him to come to Chelsea and sit on the bench as well. You know, if he comes to United, he's going to start. So I think the most important place for Chelsea to spend money, and I do agree, if there's any way Chelsea could get Harry Kane, he would be absolutely perfect. What do you think, Gary Barlow? It'd be absolutely incredible, Mark. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Harry Kane at Chelsea, you say? Absolutely fantastic. And he would. I think it'd be perfect. But he ain't going to do it. Harry Kane is the right player for Chelsea. 100%. But some feel that Lukaku is. I can tell you now, Lukaku ain't Harry Kane. He isn't. Look, there's nothing wrong with scoring goals in Serie A. There is nothing wrong with scoring goals in Serie A. But I'm actually quite surprised Chelsea haven't been linked with Ronaldo. I still think Ronaldo as a number 9 for a couple of years in the Premier League could win the Golden Boot. Oh, head hit. De Bruyne and Rudiger have just banged each other's heads. Nearly knocked himself out here, these two. He's going to book Rudiger. Oh, De Bruyne's really hit. He's going to book Rudiger for this. It looked very accidental. Kante and Rice would be like Giga version of McFred. Kante is actually decent pushing forward and it could work amazingly. Says not Ricky. Let's watch this back. De Bruyne. Yeah, it probably is a yellow card, to be fair. All the City fans would say we got smashed when they have the A-team out. When is the A-team turning up, says David. Mark, what are you doing Scotland versus France in the final? Hey, look, you know what? I don't know whether it's an English thing, but I always want Wales to do well, and I always want Scotland to do well. But when England play, the Welsh want England to lose, and Scottish people want England to lose. But I actually want Scotland to do well. You got Scooby-Doo in your midfield, or actually Aberdeen. I think he plays in the centre-back, doesn't he? So, yeah, I want Scotland to do well. I want Wales to do well. I always support Ireland because I lived there for 3 years, but they're not there. It's sad what's happened to Irish football, actually. No, Kane is coming to Burnley. Imagine my Wood and Kane linking up. Deadly penetrating force. Burnley is coming, says Sean Dyche. I'll tell you what, Goldbridge. I wouldn't swap Wood for Kane. No way. Wood is thicker than Kane. Oh, we're not talking about cock. Okay, I would love to have Wood and Kane up front because I would just make Dwight McNeil whip crosses in and Tarkowski hit a long ball and we'd be absolutely fine. You know, we'd be great. And I'll tell you what, I could make Harry Kane world class. He's already world class, Sean. Well, I could make him even better than world class. I could make him universe class. So this injury is boring, which is why I'm doing a Sean Dyche impression. But it is still one that... I tell you what, De Bruyne has been down for a long time here. I don't think this is one of those ones where it's go down and get the opposition a yellow card. He actually is hurt. Which makes you worry, really, because what if it's a sort of injury that he has to come off for? Get some smelling salts on, but what if he's concussed? I think he might be concussed here. He might be in trouble. Jesus is coming on. Is it for De Bruyne? That could be a massive blow. Marvin AM says he looks in pain. I don't think the fact that he's in pain. I think he might have just not knocked himself out. Jesus is coming on. It might not be for De Bruyne. Oh my God, he's off. He looks like Rocky Balboa. He's got a right shiner there. You don't want to see that. He's crying as well. Oh, I feel for him. Look, I'm not a Man City fan, and I want Chelsea to win, but I'm absolutely gutted for him. I feel so sorry for him. He's a fantastic player, and I'm gutted for him. Absolutely gutted for him. You don't want to see that. He's basically one of the world's best players. He's crying on the sidelines because he's coming off with half an hour to go because of a head injury. See, football fans, we've got rivalry. We've got teams that we want to win. But I think football fans deep down are very, 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 very fair people. And I don't want City to win this final, but I don't want to see a player of that quality going off, crying, injured because of something like that. And I feel bad for him there. It's hard. It's hard to see that. It's like Salah in the final against Real Madrid. And look, I can't stand Liverpool, but I did feel sorry for him. But it might be a motivator. It might be a motivator for City. What's going on here? I think Chelsea wanted a handball. Could be going to VAR here. No, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. The referee saw it. Very good referee in there because he said, "I did see it," and it went on to him. They are going to review it. VAR potential penalty check here, but the referee is saying that he saw it and it went up onto his chest. Not a penalty. Check over. No penalty. City, the thing is though, you lose a player like De Bruyne, but you've still got a lot of good players on that City side, and it can have a different effect. It can have a different effect because the City players could start going, we're going to win it for De Bruyne. We're going to win it for De Bruyne. Chelsea could start thinking, ooh, they haven't got De Bruyne now, we're going to win. So that's good refereeing on the handball. Chelsea will never have a bigger opportunity to win this Champions League final. De Bruyne has gone off. They're 1-0 up. City have lost their best player in circumstances where it's hard to watch. Even as a United fan, it's hard to see De Bruyne crying on the sidelines. That is a blow to Manchester City. If Chelsea can get their heads and get back in control of this game, they've got a massive chance of winning in a European Cup tonight. And Manchester City are on the ropes psychologically. Can they fight their way back? This would be huge if they can do it. Having said that, I can think of plenty of finals where it's happened. The biggest one I can ever remember happening, and I think anybody who's of a certain age would remember this, 1991 FA Cup final. Spurs had Gascoigne and Lineker. Gascoigne went off with a broken knee very early on in the game, and that team went 1-0 down from the free kick where Gascoigne got injured. They ended up winning 2-1 without Gascoigne. So it can happen. You can lose your best player and you can still come back. Friedel says, I need another goal as a Chelsea fan. I mean, Man City have been the better team second half. I've got to say, they have been the better team. Have Chelsea been... Lovely running by Havertz. Have Chelsea played a little bit more defensive? Of course they have. They're 1-0 up. Sancho to Chelsea if they win instead of United to Casper. Anything can happen, mate. Still a long way to go. Still easily half an hour to go because it's 62 minutes. That feels like a really long 15 minutes from half time to now. But of course, De Bruyne went down for a long time as well. So still a long, long way to go in this game. At least half an hour. Substitution. Pulisic is coming on. Chelsea refreshing up front. Of course, one thing you might not be think. And again, look, this is a great point. Look at that. 65 minutes. Pep and Tuchel making substitutions. Jesus came on for De Bruyne. I think we're in for a very interesting... I'm convinced City will score in this game. I still think City should have brought a CDM on as well, but it might not matter too much now that they're going to be attacking a lot. Do you think any United players could get nominated for the Ballon d'Or? And realistically, do you think Ollie can really change his in-game management? I'm blinded by the lights. You're blinded by stupidity. There's no way a United player is getting into the Ballon d'Or argument. I think if Bruno had carried on his first half of the season form, he might have got into the equation if we'd won the Europa League. But no, you're not going to be in the Ballon d'Or for that. Substitution, I think, here is now going to happen. 25 minutes to go. Fernandinho's on. I didn't even see that. Sorry, Fernandinho's come on. I didn't even know he was on. So... Oh, Fernandinho was a little bit late on Jorginho there. They brought on Fernandinho for De Bruyne. Sorry, I saw Jesus warming up. Right, Timo Werner's coming off. That could be a positive for Chelsea. At least if it goes to penalties, they won't miss one. Pulisic is on for Werner. I think that's a good idea. Havertz, Pulisic, Mount as a front three. Good front three to have when you are 1-0 up. Pauline Campbell says, shut up, Mark. You don't want Man City to win. I don't want Man City to win. Fernandinho came on for Bernardo Silva. So Jesus and Bernardo are on. Sorry, I've missed that completely. Good play by Gundogan. It's easy to say that we applaud both them for the quality on the bench. If Ollie had that quality, he'd be mad not to make subs. I still think Ollie had quality on the bench, mate. Another free kick for Man City. They're getting a lot of free kicks this half. Chris says, Mark, Chelsea's going to win. I'm not... Look, I want Chelsea to win. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. I want Chelsea to win, but I do think City will score. I can't see Manchester City getting into a Champions League final and not scoring. It's just not Pep. It's not a Pep thing to not score in a game, is it? But Chelsea are good defensively. Cross comes in. Throw into Chelsea. Ref's really good, says Uchi. I think the ref's been really good as well. I mean, he's given a lot of free kicks to City second half, but I think he's been a good ref. Yeah, I mixed him up with that Turkish one because he's bold. Take note, Ollie, subs when need a reshuffle, says Harry B, and to freshen things up as well. What I would say about this half is that Chelsea have done very little on the attack, and it reminds me of the FA Cup semi-final. Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final for 60 minutes were progressing up the pitch, creating chances. Then when they got the goal, they sat back and they didn't really do anything. Oh, here's Foden. Good running by Foden into Hay. Oh, what a cross by Mahrez. And Azpilicueta is there to put it over the bar for a corner. Lovely play by Foden. I tell you what, thinking about the Euros, Southgate's a prat if he plays 2 CDMs and a back 5. England have got so much attacking talent. Mount. Here we go. Pulisic. He ain't never going to beat Kyle Walker for pace, though. That's such a shame for Pulisic. Because he ain't never going to beat Kyle Walker for pace. He's probably one of the quickest players in the world. Pulisic is first American to make an appearance in the Champions League final. Impressive and sad all at once, says Daniel Luciano. Well, at least it's happened. Also, Azpilicueta's gone down injured here. He's hurt his knee. Also, I've forgotten what I was going to say now because Azpilicueta's injured his knee. Wilf is hoping for penalties. I'd actually quite like to get this game done in normal time so I can watch a bit of TV on Netflix, but if it goes to penalties, I will watch it. The referee reminds me of Kalina, says 4Ace. Well, I tell you what, that is a compliment. I've got to say, I very rarely compliment a referee, but he's been fantastic tonight. It could happen to any one of... Look, Kalina was the best ref, hair or no hair, says Vin Barat. And Fernandinho gets away with murder, says James Murphy. I know. I'm glad you said that, James, and not me, because I get called a hater. But Fernandinho is proper dirty, and he does get away with it, you're right. Preston says, come on, Man City, you can do this. BT are advertising the Super Cup, which I don't think anybody really watches the Super Cup. It's shite. Even when United won it a couple of years ago, it was shite. I've just had a message from Drawty for you all. He says we're very close to getting to 5,000 followers on Instagram, which is That's Football TV. Very easy. If you are on Instagram, in the link in the video description, just click it and give us a follow. You'll make Drawty very happy. He does all the design work on the Instagram, and he does all the design work for the studio. So if you like his work, please do give us a follow on Instagram. The link is in the video description. It takes a couple of seconds to do it. You can let us know in the chat if you do it. Kyle Walker gets it wide to Mahrez into the box. Cross comes in, headed away by Christensen. I do feel that City are a little bit... How are they going to break this Chelsea defence down? They're struggling a little bit. Still 20 minutes to go. City having all of the ball. Do you bring Aguero on? Thanks for following, Sam Reed. Somebody said it's the Sterling curse. What's the Sterling curse? Thanks for everyone who's following us on Instagram, by the way. I can see a few people saying that they are. 17,000 watching as well. I hope you're all going to join us for the Euro watch-alongs. They kick off in a couple of weeks. Really excited about it. And James Murphy says, let me rephrase. Fernandinho gets away with murder, but United need a player like that. Oh, yeah. 100%. I'd love Fernandinho at United. Oh, lovely. Havertz. Oh, Havertz. He's on his own. Slips it in. He's missed it. I thought he'd scored it. What a chance for Pulisic. That was the game. Havertz slips him in. I thought he'd scored. He got it over the keeper and he missed. Oh, what a chance. What a chance for Pulisic. And to be fair, I think Ederson had the angle covered anyway. That's why it went wide. I don't think he could score from there. People saying it's what a miss. I love how people say what a miss, but then when you watch it back, it's not what a miss. Look at Ederson's angles. There wasn't actually an angle to find the goal. He's gone for the space wide of Ederson, and Ederson's covered the angle. That would have been a save if it was on target. So, brilliant goalkeeping by Ederson, to be fair. Are we going to see extra time? Foden. Trying to get things going, Foden, in that De Bruyne role. Now De Bruyne's gone off. Good running by Jesus. He's still got it in the box. Goes back to Foden. Foden puts the cross in, headed away. And they're not going to get anything in the box, I don't think, unless they've got Diaz and Stones up front. They haven't really got any height in the box. But that was the chance for Chelsea on the break. That was the chance in the second half to finish the game. It was a hard chance, Amir. Yeah, people will say, oh, what a miss from Pulisic. I don't think he could do anything else, really. Is Tottenham in the mud if Kane leaves? I'm not convinced Harry Kane's going to leave Spurs. Fernandinho slips it in. Sterling will keep it in. Oh! Jesus nearly got close to it. Chelsea clear it with Chilwell. They're getting closer. Sterling with the pace. I've got to say, not a big fan of Raheem Sterling. Never have been. I appreciate he's a good player, but I just always seem to catch Raheem Sterling on a bad day. I didn't see that hat-trick he scored for England. I never really seem to see Raheem Sterling play that well. I know he's a good player. He's a very bloody good player. He scores loads of goals, but I never see Sterling light it up. I hope we see it in the Euros, because I think he will start. City are pressing here. Might be a game to get Aguero on, you know. I just wonder about Chelsea on the break. Fernandinho on. I mean, I do think... I don't want to say this, Man City fans. Don't worry, there won't be any. I do think not starting a Fernandinho or a Rodri was a mistake. Doesn't mean you're not going to get back into it, but look at the difference City since Fernandinho's come on. Hunting around, winning the ball back. To not play with a specialist CDM. Especially when Chelsea are playing with two. Mistake. Here's Pulisic. City is starting to look a bit tired. Kante keeps it in. I do like Pulisic, but he's a little bit injury prone, isn't he? Mount, lovely play. Mount gets it back, tries to go for the shot, goes for a goal kick. You don't see Sterling play that well because most of the time you watch him, he's in Aaron Wan-Bissaka's pockets as great banter, and that is great banter. We've gone past 5k on Instagram. Thanks everyone who's been following us. Thank you very much for that. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram. All I can say is I've seen both graphics that we're putting on Instagram, depending on who wins, and they are brilliant. If you liked the Lille one, check out the Lille Champions Instagram post we put up on That's Football. Links in the video description. But the one we've got for the Champions League final is equally lit. Right, Aguero is on. Aguero is on. Is it written in the stars that we will have another Aguero moment? City, 15 minutes. If I'm Chelsea now, I'm like, catch these fuckers on the break. Catch them on the break and win the Champions League. Football is for the brave. I've always said that. If you defend this out for 15 minutes, I guarantee City will get a big chance. And if it drops to Aguero, he'll take it. You've got to look to get them on the break. Chelsea need to catch City on the break because I don't think City will not score. Din says Chelsea are going to win this. I'm not convinced. I think there might be a bit of extra time coming in here. And I tell you what, if it goes to extra time, I fancy penalties. Headed away by Rudiger. Chelsea can't get the ball at the moment. I wonder if Kovacic would be a good move. I suppose the problem is if you bring Kovacic on, you've got to take Jorginho or Kante off. Just feel that they're not winning the ball back. You can't take Kante off. He's right. You're right. He's been an absolute beast, Himanshu. He really has. But I think Chelsea are perfectly set up with the three players they've got: Havertz, Mount, and Pulisic on the break. They're not picking up the ball and passing through the lines quick enough. 12 minutes to go. Scooby-Doo! Scooby-Doo! Here we go! Look at that! I should be a manager! I should be a bloody manager! I should be a manager. Kovacic... Sorry, people are going, what's he on about? Why is he talking about that? Kovacic is coming on. Literally just said it, and he's coming on. Give me the United job. I'll get some decent coaches in. I'll just run a check on Football Manager. Mark, do you think Diaz is overhyped? Looks shocking when not got protection in front of him, says James Little. I don't think Ruben Diaz is overhyped, no. I gave him as my player of the year. And that's a goal kick. I gave him as my player of the year because De Bruyne is going to go into the dressing room now. He's probably got some sort of concussion. Kovacic is coming on. This City performance reminds me of United in '99. Yeah, well, God, yeah. Great point, Stephen. You know what's going to happen. Mason Mount's coming off. Risky. It's risky because if it goes to extra time, you want Mason Mount on the pitch. Callum's saying, why Mount? I would never take Mason Mount off. But Tuchel is much better without the crutches, says Liverpool fan. Yeah. I'd have took Havertz off. Yeah. Because Mount gets it. He's a leader. He's a Chelsea player. I wouldn't take him off. It's risky. It's risky to take Mount off. But I think Kovacic coming on will help. Get hold of that midfield. Lovely turn by Pulisic. He's all on his own, though. Chelsea could just do with a bit of possession here, but City's press is very impressive as usual. Not the right ball there from Pulisic. Chelsea, says Solomon. Nearly 18,000 watching. Thanks, everyone. Mark, does Tuchel hate Tammy Abraham? I don't know. I've got no idea. I'm surprised he's not on the bench, but Tammy Abraham's obviously going to move on in the summer, isn't he? And Ollie made no subs. Tuchel, big call. Love to see it, says Jack Brown. Yeah. Again, you take off your best player. Chilwell's got the ball here. We're into the final 10, but there will be big time added on because of the injury to De Bruyne. There's a free kick here for Chelsea to put a cut ball into the box. Pep's in hot water if he loses. I did say on the preview this morning that there's a lot of pressure on Man City, and I do feel that so far Pep's wilted under the pressure. I think he tried to get a bit too clever, and I think with both these teams, you don't want to be the team going 1-0 down. Chelsea are a hard team to get back into the game when they're 1-0 up. Same with Manchester City. Anthony says there'll be 5 minutes of added injury time. I think you're right. Cross comes in from Chilwell. Reece James, Kovacic, well wide with the shot. Good technique, but well wide. I think if it goes to extra time 1-1, it probably will go to penalties, yeah, but... Thank you. I think at some point City are going to have to chuck Ruben Diaz up if they haven't already. Good tackle. Good tackle. Little dink into Kovacic. Gundogan comes across. Lovely play. And there's a foul off the ball there by Fernandinho. And at some point you have to get a yellow card out for him, ref. He is a cheat. 7 minutes to go of normal time. Probably about 5 minutes of injury time. So 12 minutes from Chelsea winning the Champions League. Why does that make me smile? Because I do want Chelsea to win. I mean, at the end of the day, there are some United fans saying, God, it's like picking between your two worst nightmares. It's not for me. I really do want Chelsea to win and not City. And I'm not massively bothered if Chelsea win it. I watched Liverpool win the Premier League last year. Chelsea in no way are anywhere near a rival like Liverpool are for me as a United fan. So, look, of course I don't really want an English club to win it. I'm not like that. But definitely Chelsea over City. Hi Mark, Deloa's come out praising the AC Milan coaches. Subtle dig at United coaches. Funny that you mentioned it this morning, says Khalid. Maybe he watches. Arsenal fans want City to win. It's not over yet though. And I have said throughout the whole final, I can't imagine City not scoring in a Champions League final. Jacob says City deserve a goal. Come see, come saw. Have they done enough? Not yet. They might do now. What a ball! Oh, no. Aguero. Reece James gets caught under the cross. Aguero gets it on the left. I'm convinced he's going to put a good cross in. Mendy plucks it out of the air. He should be crossing better than that, Aguero. I think if he did, Foden's there. It's like City players have been watching too much United, says Harry B. And hey Mark, I've done that one. Thanks very much. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks everyone who's followed us on Instagram. You can do that through the link in the video description. And thanks everyone who's subscribing. Bottom right hand corner. Big summer of football on this channel. United Stand is what I do on United Stand, but that's all going to be about transfers. But if you want live watch-alongs, it's going to be on this channel for the Euros starting in a couple of weeks. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the community. This is the sort of thing that we do. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a cracking Euros. I really do. So many good teams. I think that lovely crossing again, but it's just too long. It's gone for a goal kick. I do think that France are the favourites, but there are a lot of unpredictables. I mean, I think Portugal. I mean, you always think of Portugal and Ronaldo, but Bruno, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, João Felix. They've got so many good players, Portugal. If they click, they're a threat. What of Spain and Germany? Are they no good anymore? I don't know. What about Italy? Italy seem to have a resurgence. A lot of people are talking about Turkey. What about England? So much. We should go for Tomori as centre-back. He's been fantastic. Maybe a bit short, but he can read the game well and his pace in abundance, as I'm blinded by the lights. Chelsea are 1 Champions League away from our 3. I don't get your admiration for Chelsea. Is it Rory getting into your ear? Says Red Baron. Well, City are getting closer and closer here. And it's a goal kick. My dad supports Chelsea, by the way. I don't think people understand that. My dad supports Chelsea. It's got no impact on me. I've never liked Chelsea. In fact, I don't have a lot of love for Chelsea at all. But my dad does support Chelsea. I've said that before. 4 minutes of normal time. But that's a great point. If Chelsea win the Champions League, they're only 1 behind Manchester United. And they've probably got more chance of winning one before United do again. Liam and Noel are crying. Stop crying your heart out. 'Cause all of the stars have faded away. You don't have to worry. You'll see them someday. Just take what you need And be on your way and stop crying your heart out. Too early for that. Way too early for that, but I do like that song. Finally, a yellow card for a Man City player. Jesus. Can Lindelof actually be a CDM for us? No. City getting a bit frustrated here. I'll tell you what, I'll sing it on the match reaction for you. Make sure you watch my match reaction if Chelsea win. I'll sing it there. Especially for Liam and Noel. Imagine if you are a Chelsea fan. There's no social distancing going on there. Imagine if you are a Chelsea fan, though. You're absolutely bricking it now. In an excited way. You're bricking it. It has been very much like the FA Cup semi-final, though, hasn't it? Chelsea were the better team in the first half. They created chances. They got the goal. And then second half, they just sat back, and defended. And they've not done very much. Apart from that Pulisic chance, they've done very little on the attack, Chelsea. They've backed themselves to keep the clean sheets. And, you know, if it works, it works. Personally, I think that the second goal was always there. He's not giving a foul here. He will give a foul there. They're getting angry, City here. They're getting angry. How many minutes left? About a minute of normal time, and then I think there'll be about 5 or 6. So there's plenty of time for City here. I mean, somebody did say a few minutes ago it's got the vibes of 99 with United, where City could, you know, they could do it. You've got to play caution to the wind now. Lots of people writing off City. Lots of people saying Chelsea are going to win this. There's time. There's time. They're into the box. What a cross! Mahrez! Blocked. Oh, that was a chance. Chelsea throwing their ball, and they said balls on the line. Their bodies on the line, right in front of Phil Foden by Christensen. That was a chance. That was a chance. We're into stoppage time. Seven minutes! 7 minutes! Bloody hell. May as well, it's like having another half. Loads of time for City. Loads of time. I wouldn't be worried at all. 7 minutes? Bloody hell. I thought 5. Maybe that De Bruyne thing must have been longer than I thought. It's not over yet. Mahrez. Good tackle by Kante again. Right, they've got a break here, Chelsea. Make the run, Havertz. Make the run. Mark, do you think Chelsea would become a bigger club historically than Arsenal, as they would have 5 European and 11 trophies in the last 20 years, says David? I think Chelsea are the biggest club in London anyway, aren't they? Based on trophies won, they've got to be. Two European Cups. And how many league titles have Arsenal got compared to Chelsea? I mean, recent history, yeah. Still over 6 minutes to go. Nearly 19,500 people watching. Thanks, everyone. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We will be doing watch-alongs for the Euros. They're going to be as exciting as this. Knockout tournament and all that jazz. Some flying tackles going in now. The refs. This ref's done great, you know. He has arguments with people whilst the ball's still going on. Nice ball out wide. Have City got a United Nou Camp moment? I don't know. How disgusted would you be if City scored 2 goals in stoppage time? People would compare it to 99 United. I'd hate it, says Vin. Yeah, but it's not a proper treble for Chelsea, is it? It's a treble, but it's not the treble. Long throw by Kyle Walker. In it goes. Chelsea clear it. Still 5 minutes to go. Ederson's up from the halfway line to get the ball. He's going to loft it long into the box here. Second ball. Crazy how both teams' forwards drop to receive the ball and play 1-2s unlike United. Also crazy how Chelsea could win this but still lose to Arsenal, says Mateus. £650 if City can pull it out, but as a United fan I don't care, says Clive Kennedy. Well, is there a chance for Chelsea on the break? Kante fouled. They'll take that. Foden's such an overrated player. He can't break teams down. Will be the same in the Euros, says I'm all in. Tuchel's getting the crowd going. He's loving it. This is his moment. Martin McCutcheon's going to come out in a minute. This is my moment. This is my perfect moment. Man City fans crying. Don't worry. Don't feel sorry for them. They supported Chelsea last year. It's their fault. They got out too soon. Four minutes to go. I will be staying live for the cup and everything. We might be live for a lot longer than the next few minutes anyway. Goal kick to Man City. Still 3.5 minutes to go here. Pep's all about the base, no treble. Says my Chelsea wins finally, but still Werner, you're out, says Ghost. You've not won it yet. Not won it yet. Well, I'll be very surprised if City don't score. As I said, I could never think that City would go to a Champions League final and not score a goal. If they're going to do it, they've got to do it in the next 3 minutes. 4.5 minutes gone. Lots and lots of stoppage time. Long throw into the box. And it's a foul. And he's missed it anyway. Get up, Rudiger. You're just adding on more stoppage time. Get up. Get up. Oh, he got squashed. He was sandwiched there, Rudiger, by Stones and Diaz. Apple says, Mark, you ain't no United fan. I detect you're a bitter bastard City fan. Reap the whirlwind. Reap the whirlwind. Money can't buy you everything. Although, to be fair, Chelsea are a club that's bought it. Isn't Abramovich's money all about gas, though? And City's all about oil. So, and at the end of the day, it's gas over oil. They're both fossil fuels. Personally, I prefer green. But there's not going to be anybody who's making loads of money out of green energy. 2 minutes left. Not enough that you could buy a club. 20,000 watching. We're getting really close now. A minute and a half to go. Oh, good spin. Good spin. He's in the box. Don't let him dive. Lovely turn. Christensen does well. Throw in. I thought he was away there, Jesus. Oh, a minute to go. Even I'm tense here. And I'm not, it means nothing to me, really. I just don't want City to win. That's what it's all about. Another long throw. It's up for grabs. Edge of the box. Oh! Mahrez! Oh, I was watching Mendy. Mahrez on the edge of the box, catches the volley, and Mendy does that thing you don't want a keeper to do. Stands and looks scared. Oh my Christ! It's only just over the bar. Mendy stands there and goes, shit. And it just goes over the bar. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was the moment where City, oh, you know what? It's probably not going to be a night. Long kick from Ederson. Mendy, let it go for a goal kick. He doesn't. That was so... And he's blown! The referee has blown it! He's not blown it. He's not fallen over. He's blown the final whistle. Chelsea are the Champions League winners. Applaud the Champions League winners. They've won it 1-0. Manchester City haven't. Chelsea have. Pep will be gutted. 3 losses in a row to Chelsea. Tuchel's got his number and Pep can't block it. He can't block it. It's over. Manchester City lose their Champions League final. The Holy Grail. The one that Pep needed to win. They lose and Chelsea win it. The underdogs, the favourites blow it. The underdogs win it. Aguero starts crying. Remember, Aguero did put out a message a few years ago saying, I'm not leaving City until they win the Champions League. You are. And Chelsea win their second Champions League title. Noel and Liam, stop crying your heart out. Just stop crying your heart out. Take what you need and be on your way. And as somebody said, Pep's he's not about the treble, he's all about the base. 2 trophies for Pep. 1 for Chelsea, 1 for Leicester. Carabao Cup winners, Premier League winners. But ultimately, who's had the better season? Who has had the better season? Manchester City or Chelsea? Chelsea's season only started in January. They've won the Champions League. They've got top 4. They won't give a shit about the FA Cup. Who gives a shit about the FA Cup? They've won the Champions League. They've done it again. And I've got to say, as somebody who sat and watched both games, that semi-final for Chelsea in the FA Cup, I celebrated that goal because I was shit scared that City were going to replicate Manchester United's treble. They've not even got halfway. Carabao in the Premier League, that's not even a third of a real treble. A real treble is the Premier League, the Champions League and the FA Cup. So really, they've only won 1, and that Carabao Cup that no one else wants to win. But what I find really interesting is that over 3 games that I've watched Chelsea play Man City, Tuchel 3 times in a row has beaten Pep. He's schooled Pep. That's a big achievement. It really is. Tuchel has pocketed Pep again. It's unbelievable. I'm just going to tweet that as well, just to wind people up. It's a big one for Pep. It's a big blow for Pep. And look, on a serious note, he has put a lot of effort into winning that tournament. He's put a lot of effort into that game. No CDM, no number 9. He's gone clever. He's thought it out. He's tried to be clever. It's not worked. Chelsea, FA Cup semi-final, 60 minutes, got the goal, sat back and defended it out for half an hour. 1-0 win. Chelsea tonight, get the goal in the first half, second half, did very little going forward, just played it out. That is a very difficult side, Chelsea, to beat when they go 1-0 in front. They'll go at you, they'll get the goal, and then they'll sit back, and they're very hard to break down. For me, man of the match was Kante. I thought he was absolutely magnificent, absolutely superb, but an absolute blow for Pep. He'll be back next year. They'll be one of the favourites again next year. But I said it this morning. It's a what do you call it? It's a pressure thing. It's a pressure thing. He couldn't do it at Bayern Munich. And he's not been able to do it at Man City. This is what he's here for. He's at Man City to win the Champions League. Winning the Premier League, Pellegrini's done that. Winning the Champions League is what Manchester City want to do. Now, the interesting thing is, how will Man City respond to that? Pep Guardiola won't be going anywhere, but they might be saying to him, what do you need? Is it now the point where they go and get a Harry Kane or an Erling Haaland or something like that? Best team the Premier League has ever seen. They are nothing compared to United 99. Well, this is why you should never make your mind up until the end of the season, RTB. Exactly. Chelsea players are absolutely ecstatic, as they should be. And it's a massive, massive win for them. Tuchel, I've got to say, I was wrong. I remember United fans speaking to me on the United stand back in December when he got sacked from PSG and they were saying we should get him, and I was like, I just don't really fancy him. Goes to Chelsea. What a job. What a job he's done. I mean, I actually remember when he got the job at Chelsea, I said, I don't think he'll last 18 months. I think he'll do okay, but Abramovich will get bored of him when he doesn't win the league. 4 months in, he's won the Champions League, and they've deserved to win it. It's not like when they won it with Di Matteo. I remember that final, and it was a bit of a smash and grab, really. Great header from Drogba, wasn't it? But Bayern were probably the better team. They should have won that game. Chelsea have won 2 Champions League. The one against Bayern Munich, smash and grab, probably not, but it could have gone to Bayern. This one, they've deserved to win it. Tariq says, Chelsea's like United under Mourinho, defend. Even Villarreal's defended against us. I'm not a fan of such football, says Tariq. And I did say Chelsea would win the Champions League before they played Real, and everyone laughed at me, says Sean Turner. I said it after the Atletico Madrid game, mate. Varane will go to Chelsea now, says Sravin. Well, he'd probably go to Chelsea anyway, mate. They negotiate better than us. Kante, one of the most decorated players ever, says Andrew Kelly. Well, Kante will go down as a bloody legend, mate. An absolute legend of the game. He's fantastic, absolutely fantastic tonight. And, you can't knock it. You really, really can't. You can't knock it at all. Just my inbox is full of United fans saying, get in. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We will be doing this sort of thing all through the Euros. I'm really excited about the Euros. Can't wait for that. And I've really enjoyed tonight. I think it's been a good game, and I'm really, really glad that Chelsea have won it. I'm not going to wait around. I will be watching it, but I'm not going to keep streaming to watch Chelsea lift the trophy. I mean, I'm not a Chelsea fan. That's not what it's about. For me, it's about the 90 minutes. I wanted Chelsea to win. They've won it. I leave it for Chelsea fans now to enjoy it. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Please do follow us on Instagram. That's football. I am going to do a match reaction. I'll record that now and put it up in the next 10 minutes. But really enjoyed the final. Our next watch along will be next Wednesday, which is England. 2 England games coming up before the Euros. One on Wednesday, one next Sunday as well. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, get involved. Well done to Chelsea. City bottled it really, but we'll talk about that in the match reaction. And please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and give us a follow on Instagram. And I'll speak to you. I'll be back on some content tomorrow, no doubt. Speak to you all in a bit. Thanks for watching, and really appreciate everyone tuning in as ever.